Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and we are definitely winging it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I have nothing written down, so figured we would just bring up some knives and have a conversation about them. I do knife reviews every day, and never do I really get to sit here and just talk to you guys about the knives in hand. You know, I do the video, you guys comment after, but it'd be nice to talk about some knives. And I actually got a new one sitting here that you guys have not seen on the channel yet. It just showed up. Now, there was something funny that happened though, because two boxes showed up, one knife. I don't know what happened. It came from Veneeve. I was actually expecting other knives, whatever. But one knife that did well, the package showed up. I mean, everything, the pouch, everything. Opened it up. The baggie is just sitting there empty as can be. I'm like, fuck. And that was the Baby Banter. So I'd be really excited right now to bring forward the Baby Banter to show you guys, but no Baby Banter. Now, I was expecting some button locks. What's up, Mike? Mike's got Stasa 23 on his channel tonight. He is going to be running a little late tonight, but after this, I'm not sure how late we'll run this, but right after this, you guys can go check it out or go over there. But right now, I have, well, let me just go back up really quick. I thought I was going to get some of the button locks, which I still am, but I'm just saying I thought that's what was in the back package, but it wasn't. It was a missing knife, who knows, and the Hadros. So we have the Veneeve Hadros here. So we get to do a first impressions together. Now, there's a couple interesting things about this knife. First of all, I want to oil it really quick because it does feel a little tight in the pivot, but I think it's just dry because these came directly from Seth. So I believe they came direct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they came directly from Seth. Not positive about that, but you know, Seth is the man, and even though mistakes do happen, I don't think he knew that knife was missing from the package. That possibly showed up to him that way. Oh yeah, already smoothing out a little bit of that KPL heavy on the detent ball. It's amazing what the KPL heavy does, guys. KPL heavy, I highly recommend it. I recommend this stuff over the regular KPL just because the regular stuff's great. Don't get me wrong. I love the regular stuff, but man, that heavy stuff, it's a gel. Look at that. That thing was not doing that before. It was literally, I could feel the balls going ding, 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 ding. Now, smooth as can be. All right, so let's check this thing out. So one thing I'm noticing right off the bat that's a huge difference from Veneeve's other knives in this price range is the micarta. It's polished. So if you look at the button lock, you can see the difference right there. I'll stop moving it and try to look away, but you can see the difference. Now, if you guys have ever felt some custom, maybe you haven't felt a custom knife, but like the micarta that sometimes makers use that's cross-cut, and it's usually a little bit more polished. Not always, but a lot of times it is. That's what it feels like. I would say similar to the American Blade Works micarta, but this has a texture over the face of it. Now, man, this thing is so much better. I'm loving this American Blade Works knife now. I know I did have to do a little TLC on it, but it's top notch now. But this is in there, and I've never used this steel from them. Their 10CR 15 MOV. 10CR 15 MOV. See you later, Mike. I'll catch you after this. What did you guys just say? Hey, guys, I'm driving, but listening. All right, Russ. Yeah. Drive safe, bud. I don't like when Veneeve smooths out their scales. The ebony wood was a... Here, pull this up. was excessively polished and gave no grip. I'd rather a rougher look and I can actually grip onto. Yeah, I get it. And I'm usually the same way. This just, it seems so different though. Like it doesn't seem like it's this stuff polished, but then in a way it does. But if I could get this up close and really let you see it, it's got like this speckled. See that? How it's like kind of speckled? Maybe that's just the polish. Now, I wish they would have did this cross cut. Like see the sides, how the sides have the cross cut, you could see the fibers running sideways in there. I wish they did that on the face of this. That would have been so amazing. Now, the action of this guy. What's up, Grateful Panic? Definitely go sub to Grateful Panic. We got him over 1,000, ladies and gentlemen. We got him over 1,000. So now he's going to be able to get monetized and make that big money. No, that's awesome. You got over 1,000, bud. Definitely anybody who hasn't went over and subbed to his channel. Last night we were on his live pretty late last night. It'll come up. Bang. Right there. Grateful Panic. Go sub to his channel. So the action on this little guy. By the way, the handle on this thing is really thin. The thumb studs, I don't know if this is their normal thumb studs, but it kind of feels like it. I don't know. It does feel a little different. I know it's still trying to clear up. Let me pull this video up so that I can see what I'm doing here. So the action, Civivi's action, really good on the detent, really good on the reverse flick. Now, I will say, though, it's thin. It's very thin, and you guys already see the one thing sticking out, right? Look at that clip. That is definitely going to be a hot spot. Now, is that a big deal? No, because anybody buying a knife like this type of, they're expecting a thin knife. Nobody buys a knife like this and expects Benchmade Griptilian ergos or something, or, whatever type of knife that you think of as the best ergos. So nice and thin, though, nice and slim, almost like a Civivi McKenna. Kind of, but long, way longer though, way longer. Just the thinness, that's all I'm saying. Here is the keen natter, and you can see the keen natter is far thicker for the ones that have not, if they have tried the keen natter, you can see how much thicker. And this is a thin-handled knife too. This isn't big. It's not thick. So you can really see how skinny this thing is. Now, it does have a hollow grind, a very thin hollow grind, but it has a relatively thick spine. Don't forget to drop a like. I seen Breeze in the beginning hoarding them likes. Excuse me, guys. All right, so I can also reverse flick it pretty easily. A lot of people can't do that. This one's pretty easy because it has the hollow grind, so it has the shelf right here, since it has that shelf. Now, I do have one decent complaint. One decent complaint right off the bat. The liner's pretty tough to get to. I hate to bitch, but look at it. It's like there's no access to the liner. Now, I can get it. They did let it poke up a tiny bit, but the problem is, and I've heard a couple people the past couple days kind of complain about when they cut back this scale right here to reveal the liner, and they say just cut off this side, just cut off the show side to give you access going like this. No, because, yeah, that too, but when you don't cut the other side off a little bit, what winds up happening is you wind up fighting that side of the scale, trying to figure out where the liner is and trying to squeeze it. But if you just cut that back a tiny, tiny bit, then you can literally just go bank or bink. You can find that liner right away and get to it. Now, this one isn't horrible. It's really not. I bet I'm over exaggerating right now, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes liners, I get used to them pretty quick, and I bitch about them right off the bat. But then after I have them for a couple of days, I'm like, I guess it's not that bad. Canada's in here? No. Somebody get them out of here. Please, somebody get them out of here. So, if any of you guys wound up in my live sharpening video, I did say Metal Complex was possibly going to be here tonight. Well, he bailed on us. So make sure you guys go and spam him and definitely leave him as many hateful comments as possible. Because I wrote notes for 2 days preparing for that son of a bitch. No, I'm just joking. It's okay. Hopefully next week we'll see. But I got bailed on again twice in a row. Nobody wants to come on. Why is everybody so scared of Neeves knives? What's up, Jared? Got my Gritomatic for the Work Sharp Precision. Nice. That's awesome. Hell yeah, good for you, man. You know, do you guys remember the I guess you can call it a prototype, the other attachment, the Work Sharp attachment that I was doing a first impression on the other day? I think I did a first impression on it. It's plastic, and the same guy, he's also making right now. He's got it finished, actually, so he should be sending it to me, a smaller one. So the one that I got right now will hold the greater dog stones. This new one he's doing is going to be able to hold the 1-inch stones. So for people that want to decide between the dog series or the greater dog, you know, I used it. Excuse me. Sorry, I got a cough. So I used it today, and it works pretty good. It does work really good. So I got high hopes for it. Now, this little knife. You know what this little knife reminds me of? Oh, yeah, I did talk about. Okay, so the Bell Amy. Listen, guys, the Bell Amy that is on Amazon, do not buy it. It is not the same one. Kaiser has nothing to do with it. They know nothing about it. My guess is that the company Detolith had another OEM make some knives. They probably weren't as good, and they got them on Amazon selling them right now. They probably don't have that many or something. That's the only guess I could have. Because as of right now, so far, Kaiser's still making these. Now, if something happens from now till then, there's not, I don't know. But as of right now, they're still making these for October or whatever. So, but there are some Detolith Bell Amy's on Amazon right now that are not the same. They have nothing to do with Kaiser. Kaiser says we don't, they don't know nothing about them. So they said they're definitely not theirs. So do not, I mean, if you do buy them, you're doing it at your own risk. I wouldn't recommend it. Now I have to figure out which 4 or 5 stones to get. I'm an amateur sharpener for sure. So you want to get the Veneeve stones. Get the 100, the 240, the 400, the 800, and the 1200. Get those. 100, 240, 400, 800, and the 1200. I think there's another stone in between there, but as long as you get those, you'll be really good. There's one other stone in between there. I can't think of which one it is. I can tell you the microns because I always go by the microns. Chasing pussy isn't. Where'd that go? I gotta read that one. Oh, what the hell did he say? Where'd it go? What a good knife day buys did you all get? What? What good knife day buys did you all get? I didn't get anything. Um, all right, you guys are talking about some crazy shit in the chat. I'm just gonna skip it and go right to the most previous or the newest ones. Veneeve stones, yes, get the Veneeve stones, Venev from Gritomatic for the if you're talking about for the 4-inch attachment for the work sharp, yeah, get those. Or just get, I mean, you can just get diamond stones if you want, but the little bit of investment to get those Veneeve stones is well worth it. They'll last forever. Jake, where did you get the piece? It sold out everywhere I saw. Here's the link for those stones. Thank you, Q and Fiend. Here's the links for the Veneeve stones from Gritomatic. So that remember, there are greater dogs and dog series. The greater dogs are the wide ones. The ones, same thing in my video. The dogs are the exact same. They're just 1 inch wide. Now, be careful, or I guess you don't have to be careful, but there's 100% diamonds, and then there's 25%. I recommend getting the 100%. I think that I've never personally tried the 25%. I heard they're a little finer, but I would recommend the 100% because you can get an absolute mirror edge, you know, as long as you have the 800 and the 1200. But you can probably get a little bit of a finer mirror edge if you have the 25%. They also have a 2000 stone. I don't know what micron that would be, probably 1 micron or something. But what's up, Joseph? Where's my belt? Thank you for the donation. What up, homie? I mean the Johnny says, I mean the 4-inch holder piece from Gritomatic. Oh, you get it from Gritomatic. Are you talking about the new one I got? So I got a prototype that's not from any store. A guy's making it. That's a prototype. Now, Gritomatic does sell one that probably sold out, but you can get on the list if you want. John Evans, thank you for the donation. How are the KME Gold Series diamond stones for the 4-inch attachment? They're good. I mean, they're just diamond plates. That's all they are. They're just diamond plates. So yeah, just the thing is, the difference between the Veneeve diamond stones and those is that that's just a metal plate with diamonds over the surface. So they will wear out. Once they're wore out, they're done. There's nothing you can do. You throw them in the garbage. You have to buy new ones. The Veneeve stones, they are infused with diamonds. So it's got a resin and it's lots of layers of diamonds. The whole thing, the whole piece of resin on each side, because it's a double-sided stone too, 2 different sides, has diamonds through and through. So they will last a very long time, especially compared to diamond plates. But diamond plates are great too. That's my most recommended stones to people are diamond plates. But Veneeves, when you can get them for the price we're talking about, $20-something a stone, like, yeah, when you're talking about big bench stones, that's when they get crazy expensive. But I mean, you know, you just gotta, I mean, there are ups and downs too, because diamonds, just diamond plates, you can run them dry. You don't have to use any lubrication. They're really easy to work with. You just slap them on and go. With these, you do have to use soapy water or just water. The Neeves stones. Yeah, that's what I should do. Start making some stones. No problem, John. Thanks for the donation. What's up, Paper Tiger? Hey, doesn't this knife kind of remind you guys of the Nurse? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I didn't think of that till just now looking at it when I was talking to you guys. It kind of reminds me of the Nurse. Gregory, thank you for the donation. I like the new logo top right, Jay. Keep on slicing. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's actually the second sticker we made was like that. We went back to the original sticker just because it was better quality. But the picture's still cool. Alex's Knives and Such. What's up, bud? I'll use the bead on my Jin. I'm not a lanyard guy trying it out. What's your take on the Resco Gooseworks folder? I haven't seen it. I don't even know what it is. Looks like a Prolix knife, Sergeant. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah. It does. Okay. Yeah, I see that. I can see that. It's way different though, but I can totally see that. It's like a titanium scaled liner lock. This is this is a steel liner lock, but titanium scales. It's a sweet knife. This is my first time dealing with this designer. I heard he does have other designs with other companies, CM knives. I mean, this is my first knife by him. Anyone pre-order the new damn designs knives? I didn't get any of the new damn designs knives. I'll be honest, those budget knives they did, I forget who's making them. I think Kubi's making them. I think they're cool. A lot of people made it seem like they're pretty awesome. I just wasn't the biggest fan. I'll be honest. I really wasn't. I don't know. Something about them just didn't really do it for me. Now, I bet you in hand, I'll have a completely different story. Like, I'll probably love them. Man, is Canada in here, guys? Welcome to the like button factory. Your shift starts now. That is hilarious. Definitely go check out Alex's channel. China's in here. I need to save up for a few to get a set of dragons. Those greater dogs are going to have to work until the pocket money adds up. Yeah, the dragon series are like the best. Even I had the Phoenix series for a while, and those are great too. If you're on a budget and you want bench zones, that's a good way to go. But if you have the money, it is worth the investment to get the Dragon series. The resin is thicker, so it is going to last you who knows how long, a crazy long time, like years. And that's if you sharpen like I do, years. And I do, man, I'm constantly sharpening. But besides that, they stay flatter, which these all stay flat. Like it's very rare you have to flatten them. But if you sharpen like I do, eventually you might have to flatten them. But the Dragon series, you're way less likely to. And as long as you stay conditioning them with that little conditioning stone, you'll never have to really flatten them. But just something about them, man. They're better. They are. One thing I noticed is that my Phoenix series clogged a lot faster than these Dragon series. We got to make more like buttons. There you go. Don't forget to hit the like button up in the right corner. And while you're at it, hit the one in the left bottom corner. Oh, that's hilarious. I can't wait for the more Malaya. I know the big Malaya. That does look cool. That does look sweet. So, what do you guys think about the Drever, the O knife, O light knife? I know a lot of you guys got it, so let me hear about it. Somebody asked me, I think I got it right here. Yeah, somebody asked me which one was better, this one or this one. And that's tough because both of them are great. This one's definitely, man, the detent is so well tuned. I mean, Kaiser did them. So, you already know the action is insane. The thumb studs are perfect. I love the blade shape. The grind is amazing. The ergos are pretty good. But I don't know, man. Something about this knife. Like, take away the steel. Just the knife itself. I think I like this one a little bit more. Just because it's kind of my style of knife. And the D10's really good. The action's insane. The ergos are even better. The geometry is definitely better on this one, but this one's still good. But it's tough. I will say this one looks cooler with the black and tie. This one with the blue, not a big fan of that blue anymore. How much will a bigger Malaya be? I don't know. Probably, I don't know. I'm guessing around 80. seeing how they're like, okay, so this is another conversation I wanted to have because a lot of people were saying in my video, I want to hit this thing with a little bit of that KPL. A lot of people were talking shit about the AARPM9 steel. So we're here now. Yes, the Scoria is the CJ. Sorry, guys. Yes, the CJRB Scoria. Awesome knife. So let's talk about it. AARPM9 steel. What's the word, guys? Because I got a lot of comments after my first impressions on this saying $80. I think it's $79. They were like $79 for fucking AARPM9 steel, which it's tough. Thank you, Jake. Man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's tough, man. It's really tough. I really appreciate it, Jake. Thank you, man. Because 9CR, right? Let's just take away the AARPM9 part and say 9CR. If it was just 9CR 18 MOV, is that overpriced? If it was overpriced, well, then Ferrum Forge and we sold the mini Archbishop for $95 or $90 or something. Yeah, I guess it had real carbon fiber though. And then what was the other one? The other one was Nitro V or something. My Scoria will be here on Saturday. You're going to be happy, man. If yours comes as good as mine did, it's a good knife, man. I like it. I've been carrying the hell out of it. It's almost like I don't want to carry anything else. But the AARPM9 steel, AARP, yeah, ARRPM9, whatever. I keep saying AARR. Okay, ARRPM9 steel. Anyways, the ARRPM9 steel, it's a powdered version of 9CR basically, right? But it's supposed to get better edge retention than 9CR because it's finer grained. So any powdered steel. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of powdered steel. Some I am, like RWL34. I love RWL34. CPM 154, not a big fan. Certain powdered steels I'm not a fan of. Some I am though. Some is great. It just depends, right? Like even like the D2, the CPM D2, that's stuff's fine. This stuff I'm not sure yet because I had like wishy-washy experiences. I had one really good experience. Then I had a mediocre experience and I had a not so great experience. And then the other one I didn't have long enough to really give an honest experience. I did test one though, where I was sharpening it with different stones and I did some testings with it and it did okay. But the one thing that just kind of made me really confused was that the other one that I did previous to that one did far better. Like I was really liking it. Like the first one I had, man, I loved it. Like it really surprised me how good it was. Then, you know, the second one I had, the one I actually tested, it didn't do as good as that one. Now, I don't know. So this one I'm testing now. We're going to see. I haven't sharpened it yet. I've been using the heck out of it though. That's a shame with the Bellamy. I like the blade. What do you mean it's a shame? It's a website. It's just spelled Delta. Like I said, that's not Kaiser knives. That's not going to be the new Bellamy or anything. As of right now, this is still the Bellamy coming. That's not Kaiser doing that. That's that company. I don't know why. Maybe they have another OEM. Like I said, I think they had some knives made from an OEM and they're just selling them off. Or maybe they've shit the bed with Kaiser. I didn't get that though. I never was told that. I can only relieve what I've been told. And so far, everything's still on the go. That's not theirs. That's on the Amazon site. Whatever that is, it has nothing to do with Kaiser. So I tried to send a super chat, but it didn't work. can I reprofile with those stones you told me about, Veneeve? Yes, as long as you get the low grit one, like I have my 165/125 micron. That one reprofiles good. I've reprofiled also, you can see like the F100. That one will reprofile just fine. So as long as you get a very low grit, like I said, start off with 165 micron or the F100 because that would be like I think the same stone. They used an F series grit series, which is not like grit. It's completely different. So like maybe 100 would be like I don't know 250 or something. But I'm not positive if the F100 is a 165 micron. But my big bench stone from Veneeve that I reprofile on all the time is 165 micron/125 micron, because each stone, because they're double sided, each side has a ratio, so it's two numbers. 165/125 is the one side of the stone. Then the other side of the stone is 100/80 micron. They do a ratio. So basically, the diamond size inside that resin is between 125 micron and 165 micron. But yes, you can reprofile on those. If you had a 250 grit diamond, it would probably work a little faster. I basically say that my 165 is like a 300 grit diamond plate, which I've reprofiled on so many times. That's what I've actually used the most. Is there a video problem tonight? Just got on and it appears choppy. Yeah, Canada's in here, but try closing out and coming back in. That might help. Sorry if we're getting some issues. Do the Veneeve stones work on high carbon steels? No, but you know what you guys should do? If you guys want to get a lot of this information, go watch my live sharpening. I talked all about Veneeve stones and all about all kinds of stones, but no, they're not great for carbon. They're great for high carbide steels. You can use them on medium carbide steels like 14C28N, N690, 9CR, 8CR. You can use them on those. But where they're not going to be great is like carbon steels. Carbon steels, you're probably going to want aluminum oxide, natural stones, things like that. They're just the abrasives are too aggressive. Now, if you do use them, I would recommend starting with a medium grit. Don't start with like the 50/40 micron. Don't start with the really low one. It'll just be too aggressive for the stone or for the steel. Occasional video jitter for a second. Okay. So not too bad. Well, I was going to pull up a bunch of knives and show them off on the screen, but how with that if it's going to start lagging? Good thing, I guess it's a good thing MC didn't come in here tonight. But yeah, if you guys have any Veneeve questions, I don't mind answering them. I just mean like after this or tomorrow or anytime, go watch that live sharpening I just did the other day. I got a lot of information in there that would probably, and I talk about it really in depth. Let's see those knives. Let's see some knives. Okay, let's check out some knives. Let's check out some more knives. Okay, so the next one. The 301, the Tucson TS. Oh, sorry, 305. 305. Called it a 301. Don't do that. Same designer, though. So, I'm really liking this one. I'm really, really liking this one. I do got your BGM right here, actually. We'll show off this in 1 second. We're going to look at this BGM right now. So, I got this custom Quaken by BGM Knives. So, this is a Tanto with a dual grind. And this is a real dual grind. We got a nice thick flat grind up here and then a nice thin hollow right here. And you can see the transition line. So this is actually made to work as a dual grind, where the front end is actually made for prying, made for scraping, made for wedging. And then this part right here is actually made for slicing. Then you have the tip, which is going to be made for like opening things up. The secondary tip. But beautiful choil on it. We do got a nice hammered finish on top. I don't know, Talica, what's up with this cordage? Does this have like a resin on it or something? How are these ropes or this cord so strong? How is it this tight? It doesn't even make sense to me, because you can't move them like this. It almost feels like this was molded. I know it's real cord though. I can tell it's real cord, but it looks like a Ninja Turtle knife. That's hilarious. Yeah, it does. I bet I could throw this thing into a tree. Oh, I could. For sure. It's hardened. Oh, okay. I don't know how they did that, but okay. Still got the purple Harsey. Do you have a fixed blade called a Shark? 3-letter company. Do I have a fixed blade called a Shark? No, I don't have a fixed blade called a Shark. At least I don't think I do. I do have my Spartan, though. I just don't have it here. It should be on its way back right now. It should be here tomorrow. He peed on it. Oh, God. That's what the smell was. Okay. Best sub 3-inch EDC knife under 100. That's tough. Under 100, if you want to go thin and sleek, I would say probably the Beg Lighter 2. This is over 100, but this is pretty sweet. Most people would probably say the Elementum, but if we want to get away from the Elementum, then that Beg Lighter 2 is fucking tits. The secret ingredient is urine. Mike Emler can confirm. Gotcha. And he can't tell a lie, so. Under 100, yes, I can confirm we are under 100 likes. We are, ain't we? How many people we got in here, though? 77 fools. 77 dummies in here. So this thing, though, the Dialorme, man, this thing is stupid smooth. I mean, this thing is complete fall shut action. Very solid, though. I mean, this thing is solid as a rock. Stupid smooth. Titanium clip, 20 CV blade steel. Now, you can't use that fuller because it does hide all the way in the knife, as you can see. But the top flipper is very unique, where you can top flip it like this or just use it as a flipper tap. I actually like it quite a bit. That the way that flipping action goes. Access to the lock bar is very generous, very nice. And it has a nice little tune to it. Nice acoustics. Maybe a Delica if you like backlocks. Yeah, the Delica is a good one if you like backlocks. Asher knives are pretty damn good for under 100. Yes. I don't know. They're 3.25 though, ain't they? They're not 3 inches. I think they're 3.25. This one is exactly 100. The Alien knives, and this is a 3-inch knife. I'm pretty sure it's 3 inches. Where's my tape measure? So this is, you can get on the books right now and get these. $100. Yep, under 3 inches. This is just under 3 inches, so it's not even 3 inches. And it's got 14C28N. Very, very smooth. Thumb studs work fantastic. Amazing sharpening choil / plunge grind. Good clip. The clip works great. The action's really good. And a lot of people for the other one, the original DX2, because this is the Alien Knives MIDI DX2. Now, the regular DX2 was big, right? I love it. But some people it's too big for, right? Some people just can't handle big ass knives like that. And I understand they can't carry them. But this should work out just about anywhere. Good size, nice grip on it. Beautiful blade shape. The stone wash is amazing on it. $100, and you can get these right now. Well, you got to pre-order them, but I'm pretty sure you can get them pretty quick. He did come through on his last one really fast. Awesome knife though. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that was his custom knives, the coffee ground one. These, I believe, are still being made by Concept. So Concept made the original DX2. These ones, I think, are being made by Concept as well. So he's the designer. Now, I have another one of his customs, I think, going to be coming soon. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the coffee knife, but a lot of people were. I might have gotten a bad one. I never sent it in. I hope people understand that. I never sent it in. I never got it messed with. I could have easily sent it back to him and had him tune it up or whatever. I didn't do that. I made a video on it as is. And it is what it is. It wasn't for me. But not that it wasn't a cool knife or anything. I think it was a really cool knife, cool idea. That's a very innovative what he did, and that's one thing I gotta respect. And that guy works really hard to make knives, and he's doing the damn deal. He's putting in a lot of work to not just become or be a knife maker, but to be a successful knife maker. So got to give him credit, man. I like the guy a lot. Hawaiian Knife and Gear. What's up, bud? Would be cool if Green Beetle did a folder. Who's Green Beetle? I have one of the Alien Knives customs. They are well made. Awesome. Yeah, those I forgot. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't say that. He actually has custom knives of the DX too. Those look awesome. I never tried one of the customs. Sinister knife clips. What is that? Square? It's calling somebody a square. All right, so back to this Tucson 305. 305. So I do like this one quite a bit. Now, the one little issue I'm having seems logical, says, what's the best grind in steel for a super thin slicing knife? I like to think flat grinds without thumb studs would be ideal. I want to hear your input, especially on steel. Okay, so one thing, that most steels can all be ground very thin. Most can. Now, where you're going to get the most performance out of a thin grind, or let's say where they're going to be able to get it really nice and thin, are usually tougher steels. That's another reason why I love 14C28N. It does do really good with a thin grind. Now, like steels like AEBL, as much as I'm not a big fan of AEBL, it does really good very thin. That's actually what it was made for. It was made for very thin blades, like razor blades. So, but most steels all do good because toughness isn't a huge factor with folding knives. Fixed blades, yes. Folding knives, not so much. But I'm thinking we got storms, guys. My internet might go out. I can hear sound like a tree just got hit outside. But I would say 14C28N, like I always do. But I mean, 20 CV's gonna do good. Just about any steel does good with a thin, or getting a thin grind for the most part. The heat treat is going to be one of the biggest factors. But yeah, toughness is going to be like a pretty big factor on how well it does, because you don't want something really thin being weak. And that's kind of the downfall, right? The downfall of having a really thin grinded knife is that it's not as tough. So what do? You get a tougher steel. If you get a tougher steel, then it kind of equals out. You see what I'm saying? So if you get like a really, really hard steel that's not tough at all, well, that's why sometimes they make those steels pretty thick. And then they're tougher because they're thicker. So yeah, D2 does. I mean, D2 does good thin too. I mean, it's with folders, yeah, but not always with fixed blades. Um, but it does depend because some companies can't do D2 well. So no, it just kind of depends on the company. Like if we're talking about Civivi, yeah, Civivi will do D2 really good and get it nice and thin, and it'll, have killer edge retention and everything. Other companies, just depends on the company. Now, CJRB or Artisan, I've heard good things from their D2. So a lot of companies are starting to get away from them. Eugene Krabs just bought a Maximum PM2 off the secondary market, hoping for good things. Also ordered the Flytinium Lotus scales. I like it. I like Maximum. So this knife right here, man, the one thing about it that I think people will have an issue, not me, you fucks, is that the hole is made to where you don't really go out, kind of like how on a spider coat you have this ramp right here where you don't go out with your finger, you go straight up. Well, it's kind of the same thing, except for this is bigger. Would you look at the length of the handles? Like it just, because with this one, you have this choil here and everything. So this one's just bigger because it goes so much higher. So when you grip it, the way I like to do it is face my hand like this. And it works really good. But some people were telling me they couldn't figure out how to flick it like I was, but it was because they were probably going like this. You got to go up. But when you get it right, though, get it right, get it tight. It's really good. I love it. And listen to this sound. Listen to the sound, guys. No, it's not doing it. There's a really good sound to it. I don't know if it's coming over the mic. I'm loving it. How about a Mossberg 12 gauge? Used to have one. Used to have a couple of them. Hey, seems it's been amazing since all the yuppies left. Now they're coming back, so meh. That's hilarious. Mossberg pump action will make anyone do a backflip before anyone could pull out a stupid little knife. Well, actually, studies show that within 21 feet, a knife will win the fight. So, as long as your weapon's holstered. But yeah, who walks around with a fucking 12 gauge Mossberg in their hand? Not too many. And if you do walk around with a 12 gauge Mossberg, I doubt anybody's coming up to you with a knife. And if they did, they're probably not going to alert you and tell you they're coming up to you with a knife. You know what I mean? You got a fucking pump shotgun in your hand. They're at least going to sneak up, pretend to be your friend. A comment just came from the background of my home. Sounds like all the other ones. What the fuck, Jared? You know who said it? A comment just came from the background of my home. I have no idea what that means. Don't bring a gun to a knife fight. Yeah, don't do that. You'll get fucked up. What's the distance versus a gun if I have EDC, my full-size military saber? You guys seen that one guy on YouTube that he's a like a throwing knife champion? He's even made his own custom spikes that he throws, and he can throw them like 40 feet accurately. And they stick deep, like really deep. Like there ain't nothing you could do with that guy. Because he's so accurate with them and they go so deep. Like, I wonder how they would do against a bulletproof vest. What's the point of a swedge on a drop point blade to give extra strength and sliciness? Yeah, so it depends on the type of swedge, but let me find one that you can see really good. Because there's different kinds. So, depending on how it's done, so like a swedge like this actually makes a relief up top. So when you're cutting, the stuff passes and goes like this over the blade. Then there's the kind that goes down to the tip to basically they can bring the thickness out to the tip to make it where it's reinforced behind it so it doesn't crack or break. And then there's swedges that make it a little thinner, right? It just depends on the swedge. There's all different kinds. Sometimes it's made to make it pokier. Sometimes it's made to make it thicker. Like when you see where the swedge goes all the way to the tip, and then you see this line right here that stretches all the way to the tip. That's the thickness of the blade going right to the tip. And it's basically making it an arrow, and making it durable on the sides. So the strength is on the sides while it's still being very stabby. But it just depends on the kind of swedge. Might be hard to rack a shotgun when you've lost hydraulics in your arm. Facts. Maybe just use double lot. Similar to the Ritter Hogue RSK/XYY and 1. That's funny as hell. I seen one of those challenges where they were doing that firearm thing where they were having a guy with a holstered gun see if a guy that has a knife already drawn, because if a lot of times, like, so how do they say it? You don't get to plan your defense, right? If you have an attacker, the attacker chooses when the fight starts. You don't. So if I have a knife, let's just say I'm the bad guy, I have a knife, you have a firearm. I'm choosing when to come at you. So my weapon's already prepared. Yours is not. You won't know mine is prepared. So I can already have mine drawn and ready without you knowing. Now, to come at you within 21 feet, if you don't run backwards, right? So if your back is against the wall, you're standing next to a truck, you're in a corner, whatever, right? You're in a tight room, whatever. If you don't back up and you draw, I'm going to win that every day of the week. Past 21 feet, and this is like for regular people, right? With a fast drawer. So with a fast drawer, like, I'm sure there's somebody out there, but for the most part, most people aren't as fast of a drawer as the guy that was doing this. Anyways, so once it's past 21 feet, he gets a shot off. Usually low, but like past 22 feet, he's got, mid-range shot. Then, but if he can back up, then he does win. He does win. If he can run backwards, right, he wins. If he's already got his firearm drawn, he wins. Now, a couple things though. Benjamin, thank you, man. Fist bump to you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate the donation, man. do I sell all my Shirogorov? Wait, do I sell my Shirogorov F3 NS that I love so much and get a Shuro Gen 5 111, which I think I'd love a bit more? I don't think I will, but what do you think? That's a tough one, man. That's tough. That's tough. I think I don't know about the Gen 5s, so I can't even think of what it looks like. I know I love the F3 series, so if you're on the fence, I say don't do it because then you possibly regret it, and you'd hate to regret something like that. It's kind of like that thing if you don't know, you don't miss what you don't have type of thing, but you do miss what you fucked up on if you regret it. That I was gonna say Jerry McKillen. Damn it. I was gonna say McKillick, Jerry McKillick, but he's an anomaly. You can't consider him. Do you know what I mean? Like, say if I say, right, that like the fastest racer in the world, meaning on feet, right? The fastest guy in the world on his feet, right? And then I put you into a box with him. You can't do that, right? Like if I say, well, the fastest guy in the world can run a mile in I don't know 30 seconds. I don't know what the fuck they could do. I'm just saying I can't put you into that box. So that's why I'm not putting him in that box, right? With the fastest drawer in the world and the fastest drawer and reloader with a revolver. I'm not putting anybody in that box with him. Regular people, that's what it's going to fall into, right? Even if you're a fast drawer, you're still going to fall into the same thing. But with the knife though, they showed that with like I think the 21 to 22 feet mark, the guy with the knife usually hit the throat of the person, while the guy with the gun, when he did get his shot off, it wasn't a lethal shot. It wasn't accurate. It was low towards the ground, like towards the feet. Not saying a leg shot isn't lethal, but getting stabbed in the throat definitely is. So, but a couple things with a knife though, like with people with a knife, right? When somebody wants to do damage with a knife, you're not going to see it. You will never see it. It's kind of like with a firearm too, but it's how does it go? So like the three things with a knife, right? If somebody shows you the knife, they usually don't want to use it. They're just scaring you off. They want you to see this knife. They want you to see it so you're intimidated and you back the fuck up. Somebody holding it behind them, right? They don't want you to take it. So they're usually willing to use it, but if it goes down, right? Like if it goes down, like you're not taking this thing from me, and I'm not going to stab you with it, but you step any, if we get into it, I'm going to use it, right? Now, somebody who's secretive about it, right? You don't see it at all. They do have it behind their back. They're not showing it at all. They're usually going to use it because they don't want you to see it coming, type of thing. So, and it's kind of like where they almost want you to think they don't have it. They if you get into like if they get into a fight, they're going to fucking use it, and they're willing to antagonize the fight, I guess, sort of say. Using a blade for defense should be felt, not heard or seen. Right, and that's kind of like where that falls into. When two people with knives fight, there's a loser, but no winner. Absolutely. Absolutely. What's up, Stasa? Stasa23 is going live on Mike Embler's channel tonight, I think at 10:30. Well, my time. I don't know about your guys' times. Central time, 10:30. But yeah, nobody wins in that because you're always going to get cut, right? You're always going to get cut. Yes, going live with Mike tonight. That sounded weird. Hope you got the super sticker. My reception's really. Yes, I did. I did get it. Thank you, Benjamin. You didn't hear me say thank you. I rung the bell and everything. I'm sorry. I know it's probably choppy. Canada's been in here all night. We got storms outside sent from Canada. I heard the Canada storms. So we're trying to get through it. But yes, I did get it. Thank you, Benjamin. I'll ring the bell just for you again. Just my idea of what people that dislike this stream may or may not do for their free time. We got 93 people in here watching on a choppy Canada night. That's awesome, man. You guys are amazing. Just got here. Funny story. I was in a scuffle with a would-be carjacker last night. No knives, luckily. Were you really? That's, I mean, I'd say that sucks, but you seem to be okay. So I guess that's awesome. Good for you, man. Good for you on not being in jail, right? That's one thing. I guess he was jacking you, but you know what I mean. But yeah, good for you on surviving. Had a find way to position knife so that the fingernail is dragging stone. My finger is a bloody mess. These coarse diamond stones are rough on me using your awesome shot. So there's this tape. You can use. Let me just grab it really quick. Take me 2 seconds. Damn it. I was hoping it said the name on it. Somebody recommended it to me. So this tape right here, I don't know the name of it now, so now it doesn't even matter that I got it, but you can wrap your fingers with these and you'll never have to worry about that again. The stones do not tear this stuff up. This stuff just slides right across the stone. Really nice. Damn it. Where did I see that comment? Somebody recommended it to me. I can't. If the person's in here that recommended me this tape, please leave a comment what kind of tape this is. I forget. If you contact me after this, I can send you a link for it because I'll look at my recent history of buys and I'll look it up for you if you want. Foil tape. Looks like what? Captain tape? That kind of stuff. I don't remember the name of it, guys. You can try to look it up. Kapton tape. It might be. Yeah, you can be more gentle with your finger on the stone. That's what I do. But when you do it so much, it doesn't matter how gentle. Eventually, you're gonna remove your skin. You know, it just depends on how much sharpening you do, how aggressive the stone is, and yes, your pressure. The more gentle you are, the better. But when your hand, because there's moisture on the stone, your skin starts getting softer and softer and softer from the moisture. So I don't have that big of a problem because, I mean, I do after sharpening 5 knives, but I'm usually pretty good. My skin's really thick from doing construction, but I've had it happen. So I know what he's talking about. Like I definitely burned my skin off, and this stuff will stop it. It literally works great. Like I was on the fence about even getting it because I was like, what fucking kind of tape out there could ever withstand a diamond stone? But this stuff, it just slides right across it. The diamonds don't affect it at all. It's some sort of electrical tape. I don't think it's heat tape. I don't know the name of it, guys. It's in my damn buy. I forget the name of it. Look up that what everybody's saying, the name. If you guys have a name, that's the thing. What's the name? Does the soapy dilution help with that, Jared? Does the soapy dilution help with that? What do you mean? What do you mean with the skin? I mean, just the water and yeah, the soap and stuff. It makes your skin nice and soft-like. What's up, Chris Wolf? Has it been helping when I use your links? Just curious if they work when I use older videos. Yeah, if you're using my links even from older videos, as long as the link goes through, or if you get to there from the link. Now, if you ever find a link and it's not working, leave me a message. I will see it. Even in old videos. You gotta understand. So my messages, right? The way they come through, just so you guys know, the messages don't come through like where if it's an old video, I don't see it because it's so long ago. Whoever left the last comment, whether it's from an old video or a new video, it comes in one after another. So if you commented on a video from last year, 2 minutes ago, and you commented on a video I just posted 1 minute ago, it'll go on top of that one, so on and so forth. So I'll see the comment and I will immediately get you a link to whatever thing. Because links do run out sometimes. Sometimes they just, there's some things where the link will always be good. But then there's other things where they stopped or like they ran out of the product and now they re-uploaded it with a new link. So now I got to put a new link there. But I can't go through all my videos trying to figure that out. So I just need you guys to let me know. I think it might be Captain Tape. That sounds literally like it. Look it up. All right, fuck it. I'm just going to look it up my damn self. Everybody wants to know. Let's see. Let's find out. Captain Tape. Because this doesn't, maybe it is. It doesn't look like it though. Oh yeah, that's it. Yep. Captain Tape. So that's the name of it. Captain Tape. Just get yourself some Captain Tape, 1 inch wide. I recommend the 1 inch wide because they sell it in really wide stuff. And bang, there you go. Yeah, it's Captain Tape. You're right, Fiend. Yeah, you guys are right. It's Captain Tape, if that's how you pronounce it. But I had never used the stuff before, so I didn't know anything about it. So when dude recommended it to me, I'm thinking like, yeah, right. But he recommended it. He said it'll work. So it's just one of those things where I figured if he's that confident saying it'll work, right, then I'm going to try it. So I ordered it off of his recommendation, and I don't do that a lot. As I'll tell you what, I've been recommended some crazy shit. But I went on, just went out on a limb, got it, and it works great. Works surprisingly like way better than I ever could have thought. Oh, Gordon recommended it. Bang, there you go. I was asking if you were in here to say what kind of tape it was because I couldn't remember, and I went and got it, looking at it like there's no name on it. So I should write, you know what? I'm just going to write it down right now just in case because I probably won't remember that. Now, anytime somebody asks, I won't forget the name. Bang. And thank you again, by the way. There is a link from Q1 Feed. Thank you, man. Thank you. That is a link to the tape. Definitely. You know what I should do? I should send Fiend my affiliate link thing so that he can just post affiliate links for me. I never thought of that, but might not be a bad idea. Start building a team together. Neeves Knives team. Friend is on point. Yes, he is. Absolutely. Absolutely. I get the best moderators any channel could ever have. And I know that. I know that for sure. I'm very lucky with my moderators because sometimes I go to other people's channels, and I see how it's going and everything. And sometimes I'll just think about it like, Fiend would have had that by now. Or something like that. Or I'll think like, yeah, you wish you had my moderators. Like I just think some weird shit like that. Like, yeah, they wish they had my moderators. My moderators would have linked that shit. Or my moderators would have been on top of that. My moderators wouldn't have left me hanging for so long trying to figure out a damn word. Show us some stone in the hand techniques. Yeah, I do have some videos on that in my sharpening videos, but yeah, I will. I like I said, I do have some videos on it, but I sharpen like that quite often. I sharpen almost all my recurves like that, and that's how I started out sharpening. So I'm actually really good stone in hand sharpening like that. That's actually technically when people order a convex edge from me, That's how I do it. Well, not always. I can't say that. I do it like that, but then I also have another trick that I do with a bench stone with two hands that works really good for doing convex edge, perfect convex edges. Maybe I'll do a video on that and show both. I've always thought about doing that, so I should. Blade Edge in the house. What's up, Blade Edge? All right, so what do you guys think? Because either this thing gets tons of love or tons of hate. I gotta say, I love it. So the Slish Buoy. What do you guys think about it? Honest opinion. I think it's amazing. I really like it. I know a lot of people are like, it's overpriced. It's this, it's that. I love it, man. It's so solid. Listen to this lockup. It's so solid. And stupid smooth, but like on like a Sebenza kind of way. But even smoother, to be honest. And nice and slim, very slicey. Nice edge bevel and angle. I love it enough to own two of them. Bang! Right there. Man, this is such a good knife. The blade geometry is really good. The edge, I still have a factory edge on mine, so I know this was a good factory edge. This is probably one of the better factory edges I've seen because I've used the heck out of this thing, and it is still very sharp. Yeah, I'm sure I've tuned it up a little bit, but in my video, man, I was chopping trees and all kinds of shit with this thing. But it's just such a solid knife. It's got a good size stop pin on it. The build quality is amazing, and it doesn't have a lock bar insert or anything like that. Very simple, but just a sweet knife, man. I'm happy I got this thing. Ooh. And it's got the wire clip, so it's got a nice deep, it's very easy to carry, nice in and out of the pocket. I love the looks of that knife. I haven't held one, probably won't buy it. I am getting a Sebenza from my wife for my birthday in 12 days. So happy birthday, Oregon. Yeah, Sebenza, that's a good gift. That's a great gift. I highly recommend hurry up and order yourself some replacement thumb studs. You're going to want them. I remember when I got mine, you told me to actually use it, and that's how you know you love it. Yes, because that's kind of the way it was for me. Like when I got it, I liked it right away. I did. But then I started using it and carrying it, right? Because I think that's sometimes how you really know you can appreciate a knife. And sometimes there's knives that you just, if you don't carry it and you don't use it, you can't really pass judgment on it. Do you know what I mean? If you've never used it, carried it, how can you really say if you like it or hate it? And I understand there's certain knives people already know, like, listen, that's just not my kind of knife. But something like this, it's so easy to carry, it's really smooth in the pocket, it cuts really good, it's nice in the hand, and yeah, man, it's just such a good user. And it's very solid, man. Solid knife. it's a fine knife with a rabid fan base. A little like TRM stuff, frankly. Yeah, but that kind of went down with the new one. I think that's the way it was before the new one dropped, and now the new one dropped, it kind of settled that down a little bit because now people can get them. But yeah, I would buy it at 400. Wait, I would buy it at 400 AUD, not eat the conversation, right? Okay. I think $400 for this thing. I don't think it's that crazy of a price. I mean, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. But look at a Sebenza, right? Look at a Sebenza, and I'm not saying there is more into a Sebenza, possibly, but it's not much. It's not really. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's not worse than a Sabenza. It's not better. It's very equal, like on an equal playing field kind of thing. So I can really see, but the Sabenza is USA made, but it's actually more than 400. What's a Sabenza? 450. So my Neutron 2 gives me the fizz when I carry it. I like the shadow. How about them Mossberg 12 gauges? Triple lot. Wait, are they gonna do more drops? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a few of them. So just different. I'm not positive, but from what they said, was that they're gonna keep coming out with them. They're probably gonna be different colors, different this, different that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna keep coming out with them. They said everybody will be able to get one. So I'm thinking of selling my Slish Buoy. It would just be for Shuro Gora funds. I can see that. I mean, yeah, there are those knives like that you got to know, I guess, the community and knives, because knives like this are a good investment because you can buy it and you can sell it for the same thing you bought it for at the very least, right? So that's why it's a good investment, because it holds its value. There are certain knives in the community that retain its value. There are certain knives that don't retain its value. You buy it, you're losing money. But then certain knives, they retain value. And as long as you invest in those specific knives, you're guaranteed to at least not be at a loss if you want to trade it or sell it when it comes time to get yourself a Shuro or a Sabenza or something. Like watches. I do like watches, actually. I just don't have the money for watches, but I've got a couple. Chris Reeve Knight's warranty that comes with the Sabenza also makes it worth. Yeah, that's a big thing. Having a good warranty, because you do have to put into the cost, which I know nobody plans on using the warranty. Nobody plans on it. But I'll tell you what, man, when something goes wrong, and you always have a chance, when something goes wrong, it's nice knowing that there's no headache, right? It's like kind of like with this. If I snap this blade right now, I know without a doubt in my mind I can get a new blade for $20, right? If I break a screw, I have no doubt in my mind that Benchmade won't send me the screw. All I gotta do is take a picture, right? Or just tell them shit. Or a clip or anything. Or sharpen, lifetime sharpening, right? There's so many things that come with a good, man. I need to sharpen this guy. There's so many things that come with a good warranty. I meant knives can hold value like some watches. Oh, yeah, exactly. Just like some watches don't. Some watches, they could be expensive watches, but they still don't hold the value. But then other watches, yeah, they hold the value. And over time, those watches will increase in value. I've got this watch, this one watch. It's a vintage Orient. And Orient is a Japanese company. And it's a vintage watch. It's a very old watch. It's like I think 17 jewel automatic. And it's probably worth only a couple $100 right now, but it's still worth a couple $100, and it's old, right? But the one weird thing is it does have which I think might also increase its value. Now, a lot of people would disagree with that in today's watch market, but just like a lot of things, right? Like certain things that don't age well, if you have it still and that part is still good, then it's worth that much more money. But its face is plastic, it's not glass. So, and the plastic is still good. It's not broke. It's got some little scratches on it, but that can buff out. My point is, though, is that like with certain things, the value goes really up because that's not broken. My new fave, well timed with the Shuro. Breeze says, some other than me must be able to see the dilemma we currently face in here. Yeah, I see it too. I see it too. We are over 100 people in here, and we got 83 likes. So I'm guessing that's it. Pretty much like 20 people. There's like 20 people in here just refusing that like button. They won't even give me a Oh, I do got 5 dislikes. Never mind. I got 5 dislikes. Okay, my number was off. Hey, everyday EDC. Thank you, man. Thank you. Fist bump to you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. For vintage watches on acrylic crystal, right, doesn't necessarily detract from the value. Acrylic used to be standard, and people understand that. Yeah, but and like what I was saying is that, and I'm not talking about just watches. I'm saying just vintage things, right? Certain vintage things, say, that have parts that didn't do well over time, right? Like you can say that about a lot of things. Super Stretch Armstrong, the toy, all of them broke. If you have one, right, and it's intact, it's worth a lot of money because they all broke. Paper things with paper, right? Paper rips, people get it wet, shit like that. So if you have certain things that are vintage and certain paper, like if they were already expensive, and they're still good, or just certain parts, right? Like of things. And I'm not sure about the watch thing. I was just imagining that maybe the old acrylic faces, the old plastic faces, if they're still in good condition and are still on there and not broke, because I've seen a lot of watches like that, they're just shattered, they're broke because they're plastic, so they don't wind up lasting an extremely long time. But if you do have one, then that means you have one that isn't broken. So it's just a possibility, I was saying. But I did look it up one time, and yeah, that's what I was saying too. Damn it, every time I go to click on something, it just Mark, that's what I was going to say, is that the scratches will polish out. So as long as it's not broke, that's what matters. Not yet. I'm waiting on the kukri. Almost here. Should be here soon. That wasn't to me. Jared, what do you want to trade for my Adamas manual crewwear? I don't know. I've never tried an Adamas. I do want some crewwear though. I'll think about it. But I will tell you. Oh, that's to Ian. Have you ever checked out a Kershaw Lincoln 20 CV? I bought one. Seems okay for the price. Yes, I have. I've sharpened them. But yeah, good knife. The Link is a good knife, period. Even the one in 14C28N is a good one. And if you want to further support our knife channel, join our Patreon for $3, less than the price of Karis coffee. You too can be a knife nut. Yes, definitely. If you guys want to get involved in monthly giveaways, you guys can always become a patron. Or if you just want to support, check out Neeves Knives on Patreon. Thank you, Breeze. I'm waiting right now for a couple knives to get back, and as soon as they come back, I'm gonna do the giveaway. I just have the knives in the mail right now coming back to me. There's one in there that I'm gonna add into the batch of knives. I'm gonna let the winner pick out which one they want. So, bang, man. Sometimes I wonder, like, if Fiend's got like this whole sheet of just links, and he's just like ready to pull one of them out of his ass. He's so fast, man. He's so fast. But yeah, the giveaway for the Patreons will be very, very soon. Because like I said, I got, I think, 4 out of the 5 knives. I'm gonna present 4 or 5 knives and let the Patreons pick which one they want, or let the first place winner, and then I'm gonna do a second place. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna do 5 budget knives and let them pick it out, or just let them pick out one of the knives from the remainder. We'll figure it out. I usually try to make it to where, not always, I'm not gonna say always, but I have made it many times where you have the choice. You can take this knife or this knife, or if you're gonna win this knife, if you already have it, well, then I got another knife for you. Right? Like, so I try to make it to where it works out for the winner. The Tonto is nice, but I wanted the harpoon drop point. Or drop point bed. That's a harpoon, ain't it? Harpoon. Man, I like this knife though. Really good knife. There's another Mazwan. There's actually 2 new Mazwan designs, man. I've been checking out. One of them I think is going to be on the way for me to check out. That looks really sweet. I'm worried that I'm going to want to buy it after I check it out. Cue ball. I also just got the Shaman. I ordered a titanium deep carry clip off of Etsy. It's almost a wire clip. Like, cause how much? Not for me. The tie pattern 5.5. What do you guys think about that? That 5.5, that F5.5, the titanium with the pattern. You guys like that? The scroll pattern? Russ picked up a Best Tech Warwolf. Nice. Sweet action, right? That's a very comfortable flipper tab. I have the Warwolf right over here. And it's a harpoon. Harpoon blade, but the action on that thing is just insane. The flipper tab is very comfortable. It's a very downward facing knife. Great knife. I like it. You love the pattern, Spanky? I'm on the fence. Like, I want to like it so bad, but something about it, I don't know. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I do like it. I just don't love it. And some people love it, and I know why they love it. Now, what? Jared, did you get my blue tie stop pin from freaking North Pole? It's in the mail. It's in the mail. They said when they mail it, it takes 20 days to get here once they mailed it. So what happened, I'll just do this really quick. What happened was they hadn't mailed it out yet. So I messaged them and said, listen, refund my money. Like, this is taking way too long. And they said, no, I'm sorry. They messaged me apologizing, saying, we haven't forgot about your order, blah, blah, blah. We're trying to get it made. We'll get it made within like a week. I said, listen, I've been waiting a long time. I said, this is for a customer. I said, if you can't get it done now, then just refund my money. And they said, we'll have it done by tomorrow and mailed out for you. And that's when I talked to you last, they did get it done the next day and they had it mailed out within like the following day. So just waiting for it right now. I got the number, the tracking number and everything. So I know it's on the way. But even the thing said 20 days from the date of shipping. So I want to trade for my Crewwear AD20. That sounds sweet. I'm sure there's somebody that wants to get up on that. A real AD20 in Crewwear? It sounds fire. I wonder how much you're wanting for that beast. Because that can't be cheap. Just got my Spyderco Para 3 and Max and Met. I'm in love. Max and Met's great. 20 days. What kind of bootleg bills is there? Because it's their aftermarket parts. I was trying to find one part. Like I could buy multiple parts and spend a bunch of money. And depending on where you go, to get a whole bag of parts, which she already had 5 bags of parts for, there was no point in getting a bag of parts. So to get just one part, right? One part, I had to go to a certain company, right? They make that one part. Other companies, they would make only all the parts or nothing. So, you know, sometimes when you're dealing with aftermarket parts, you just got to deal with what you got, you know. But yeah, normally, I mean, anything you get overseas takes 2 to 3 weeks, no matter what. Now, if they have to make it and mail it, and if they're backed up or whatever, so it is what it is. Fuck, I think I got ripped off on on something just recently. But actually there's somebody yeah, oh, there we go. Stasa. Yep. It sucks, but it just is what it is. But yeah, I want to talk about it so bad right now, but I'm gonna hold back. Something awesome might be happening. I'm trying to relax right now. Sometimes when you deal with North Chicago Postal Service, it's true. That is true. Crewware, Maximet, or Elmax? I would go Crewware. I like all three though. Don't get me wrong. I love all three. Probably depends on the knife though. But Crewware, I like Crewware a lot. Magna Cut, not Maximet. Uh, oh, okay. Talk about it. I want to, but it's not like set in stone, and I don't know. I'm thinking about getting some Veneeve dragons after watching your vids. Tell me which microns I should get. One, well, if you get 4, because you don't have to get all 4. If you have a good low grit diamond plate, you don't have to get 4 stones. But if you do not have a very coarse reprofiling stone, then you want to get 165/125 micron, 100 micron/80 micron. Now that's one stone double sided. Your next stone would be a 50/40 micron, 20/14 micron. And your next stone would be, oh, I'm sorry, 3 stones, not 4. 3 stones you'd have to get. And then your next stone would be 7/5 micron, 3/2 micron. But if you have a very coarse diamond stone, then you only have to get 2 stones, which would be the 50/40, 20/14, 7/5, 3/2. Those are 2 double-sided stones. If you're gonna hold me afterwards, I can send you pictures and stuff. I have one in crew. Wait, ooh, I have the Crewware 80/20 in Grivery and one in G10. It's sweet. It's sweet. That's awesome. You can get them in that. I got the 204p. Oh, smash that like button, everyone. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Oh, here are the Veneeve diamond stones here. Those are the Gritomatic 8x3 Dragon Series dual sided. So that's the, thank you, Fiend. That is the Dragon Series right there. And there's a lot of different microns. You only need 3 double-sided stones if you don't have a reprofiling stone. But if you have a reprofiling stone already, you only need 2. 3 is always better than 2, always. But you can get by with 2 because that's still 4 stones. Remember, each stone is double-sided. So when I say 3 stones, that's 6 stones. When I say 2, that's 4. I think NAF has a blade swap vid for Crewware into his Thai version scales. I never tried one of the Thai versions, but they look badass. Or was that 3V? That would be a good steal with that knife, 3V. Yes, 3 STDs is always better than 2 STDs. You heard it here on these knives. Exactly. What else am I gonna use a dual monitor workstation for? Man, you're probably really good. You're probably like this. I can't imagine, man. I would personally, I'd be the worst fucking moderator. The worst. I would be so bad at being a moderator. The only thing I'd be good at is talking shit and like kicking people out or something, like putting them on pause or whatever, or, banning them for 3 minutes so they can't talk. But doing the links and everything, I mean, I have to get affiliate links. And sometimes, like, I don't mind somebody asks me for links. I don't mind going and getting a link. I've gotten used to it and I'm really good at it. But when I have to do like an entire video, like where I have to get 10 links or something, it's not like I can get 10 links and put them all on a thing and then copy and paste it. I got to keep going in and out for each link. So that's why, like, when you see the links in the videos, just know I worked my ass off to put those links there. I did. I'm also doing everything off my phone. I need to start using the laptop more. I'm just not great with laptops. I like, after getting into a system, like I have with my phone, it's hard for me to say, okay, this is better, right? This laptop is better, so I'm going to start using this now. After I've already perfected this, it's like I just stick to my roots and just keep doing the same system. But I am using my monitor. I got it right here in front of me, as you guys can see. But I don't edit on it. I don't do anything like that. I do everything on my phone. Everything. Yeah, Ray is the OG homie that started YouTube when I did. Ray's awesome. I love Ray. Too bad MC didn't win. Oh, I guess it probably would have been shitty because we did have Canada in here earlier, but it would have been awesome to get MC in here. Hopefully next week he does show up. Now my keyboard is split. What's up, Andrew? Andrew hasn't been here in a while. What's up, bud? We're gonna give a little bell for Andrew. No donation required. What is up, brother? How you been? Yep. Hitting get 0 out of 0. Yep. When was the last time someone spoke to Wallaby? Ray and Stasa may be OGs, but this new boy is a big boy now. 1K thanks to all of you. Hell yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Good for you, man. JJS Stasa 23, how do you like your new mongrel knife? I don't know what the mongrel is. Hold on a second. Ask the question. What do you ask about your shaman? What about my shaman? If it's about the scales, they're actually from RC Blade Works, I believe. Andrew Toole. I'm good, man. Really dialed back the knife purchasing. I've had a couple custom book spots, but I think I'm going to end up back in the OEM production range from custom designers. That's awesome. You know, it's fun to jump around, though. I don't think we should ever just, I guess, exclude ourselves from, like, saying, like, I don't do this. I do this now. This is where I'm at. I think it's fun to jump around. I think you should go where it seems the most enjoyable for you at that time. Like sometimes I get into budget knives and like I just, you know, for a couple months, few months, straight budget knives. And other times like I'll get my eye on something that's more expensive, that's out of my price range a little bit, but you know, I stick to it, I save up the money, whatever. And that's very enjoyable for me. And then I find myself bidding on knives and you know, I think it's good to jump around a little bit and not just fall right into one space because moving around, I think, is what kind of makes it entertaining for us and keeps, I don't want to say the addiction, but the passion, you know, because there are a lot of things that, you know, especially from, say, mid-tech production knives from, you know, custom designers, man. I'm sorry, guys. Canada's in here like a motherfucker, ain't they? I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for all the curse words. I can see this thing's all messed up. Sorry, guys. It's like storming outside. I apologize for the service, but some of the best knives, if you guys can even hear me right now, I think are from some of the best designers that are made by companies like OEM work. It's crazy what some of these companies could do. Like say even like Sharp by Design, right? Some of the Sharp by designs with React, they're off the charts. And then a lot of other companies too. And some of these companies, you might not even realize the level of quality they can do when they're put to the test by a custom knife maker. You know, when they have to meet their standards and they don't want to mess that up. They want to meet those standards because they know that knife designs are one, going to sell. And two, if they can knock it out of the park, it puts them like up on a pedestal because that designer was willing to work with them. And, you know, they hit it out of the park for that guy with that high of standards. So Mark H, thank you for the donation, man. And like I said, I'm sorry about the quality of the video tonight, guys. We've been really good. You guys got to admit, we've been really good the past couple months. I think it's been the past couple months. We really haven't had that much mess ups. I mean, the quality's been good, but man, tonight I can see it over here, man. It's really bad tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Work has been good for the past 5 months. Feeds my hobby. Yeah. Video quality is back on my end. Awesome. Good. I don't know how long it messes up for. And then I feel like I just sat here talking shit. So I didn't have any story time planned, but I will tell a quick story because I was actually thinking about this story right before we came on because I was trying to think of things to say. Normally, you guys know I have my pads and pens. I have everything written down that I want to talk about in the live, and I usually have 2 full pages of things to talk about. Today I was late because I thought MC was going to come on. So I literally prepared 2 pages of MC talk. Not saying we would have only talked about that stuff, but I wanted to be prepared just in case. But then he couldn't make it. I had to work all day. So I didn't get to write anything down. When I got off, I had to film and I had to sharpen. Then I had to get in the shower and bang, here I am. So I never had not one bit of time to write anything down. I should have been prepared for MC to back out on me, but I wasn't. I didn't think he was gonna, but I do got a little story for you guys. And this is kind of a funny story. So I've told stories about my dad. You guys know after my dad got hurt, he was in a wheelchair. He was paralyzed from the nipples down. And we were at a dog track. And there's one thing you got to understand about my dad. He was unapologetic. Okay. He would own a room, and with his wheelchair and him in it, he was probably 500 pounds with him and his wheelchair together. If he ran your foot over, not only would your foot be crushed and you'd probably break some toes, but he wouldn't flinch a bit. Like he'd look you in the eyes while rolling over your foot. And he would stop right on top of it. He don't care. Sometimes he'd come through doorways, and as he's coming through a doorway, the side of his wheelchair would clip the doorway, right? So his wheelchair would go bam, 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 going through the door, and he would literally rip the fucking door frame off, and he wouldn't blink an eye. And you'd have store owners looking at him like, what the fuck? This guy just tore apart my door. Or people or whatever. Didn't care a bit. Never cared. And so sometimes going places with him could be a little difficult, you know? Well, we're at this dog track, and we love the dog track. I grew up at the dog track with my dad. It's something we, like to do together. A lot of fun ever since I was a little kid, before he ever got paralyzed. Well, this is the first time we've been there since he got paralyzed. So we went there, and so we're there, and he's sitting there, and we're at the top floor because that's where he could go with his wheelchair, whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's this older couple sitting next to us. Not with us, but they're just sitting there because we're like at this, like, not a bar, but it is a bar looking at the race, right? Behind us is an open floor, so you can go and make your bets. Person sitting right here to my dad, right here to my dad. I'm sitting right here. My dad's right where I'm at. An old person sitting right here. My dad goes to turn around to go make a bet. Well, as he turns his wheelchair like this, it clips this old lady's chair. And he just starts taking off because he's in an electric wheelchair. And this thing is fast, like really fast. So when he takes off, it just snags her chair right off from under her, just fucking takes off with it. And then there he goes across the room with her chair. Bang, 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 right behind him. I catch her, right? As I see what's about to happen, I catch her. I'm apologizing. Like, sorry, my dad, he doesn't know. I'm just making shit up for him. He knows. And he's dragging her chair across the damn floor, just banging away. And she's sitting there like, this fucking guy just took my chair, right? And yeah. And so, like, things like that every day. every day, something like that. But I'm apologizing to her. Like, listen, I'm sorry. My dad, he's in his wheelchair. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. He knows for sure. He knows. And yeah, man, like things like that is nonstop things like that. I couldn't tell you how many doorways I fixed, how many broken toes I had, but even other people's, like I'd watch somebody, he'd come rolling up to somebody. I've watched somebody in a store one time, he's rolling up and he hits their foot and they scream and he's looking them right in the eyes, just looking at them as he slowly rolls over their foot, like literally slowly. And they think he's out of his mind. Like they literally think this guy is like, he's got issues. So they don't want to say anything to him because who would do that? Right? Who does that? And I'm apologizing for him, right? But they're sitting there, because like I said, it's 300 pounds without him in it. And he's a 200-pound man. So it's 500 pounds all day with him in the wheelchair. But yeah, I couldn't tell you all things, man. He's melted his legs, broke. One time he was coming down a ramp and fell out of it, coming through a doorway at my sister's house, and snapped both of his legs in both parts of the leg. So the thigh area and his shin area. So 4 breaks, 2 legs, top and bottom parts of the leg all at once. But he can't feel it, so he don't care. He was out of his mind, in case you forgot. Oh, yeah, he was Pioneer for sure. The stories, man, I got about him, it's never ending. It's never ending with him because he just, man, one time we go to pick up these cars and he used to sell cars, right? And so he'd buy cars off this guy's lot that would give him a deal for these cars. And if he bought like 4 or 5 of them at a time, he'd get a really good deal on each car. So we went and we got a crew of people with us so we could drive the cars back. And we get the cars and we're pulling out and we're driving on the way back. Well, on the way back, there's road construction, right? So he's flying, first of all. And by the way, his van was set up with hand control. So he didn't drive. He couldn't move his feet, remember? So he had to drive with his hand. So steering wheel and then the gas and the brake was forward. So it was like that. Anyway, so he's driving back and we're going through road construction. Next thing I know, I see a guy, because, the construction workers, the guys, I see this guy dive out of the way. He dives out of the way. Next thing I know, I forget what they're called, but like the road signs, they fold like this and you put them on the road and they basically tell you that there's construction. One of those comes past me and I swerve out of the way. So it's and then here comes another one on the other side. So that means he hit 2 of them because they were on both sides, like on the left and right side going down the road. Here comes another one. So I swerve this way and then here comes on. So I swerve that way to get out of the way. I see a fucking guy dive out of the way and he's just cruising. I think he had a trailer on the back, if I remember correctly. My dad was paralyzed from the nips down also. My dad, the way he got hurt was he got hit by a backhoe on the job and he got his back broken 21 places and yeah, it paralyzed him from the nipples down. So he didn't have any stomach muscles or anything. So it was hard for him to like hold himself up. He had to use his arms, for everything. Sounds like a great Uncle Harold. He was a bastard on the road in his hand-controlled full-size van. Yep. All right. Exactly. Even a damn tractor couldn't take him out. Exactly. A lot of people said that. Yeah, he got that one a lot. Yeah, man. Not even a backhoe could take him out. And the hospital though was another thing because we spent so much time at the hospital. So much time. So many weeks and months, and even after, he got better, and left, he'd go back because he would get unbetter with sores, broken parts, whatever, all kinds of different reasons. And as soon as we'd get in the hospital, like he was already planning things. Like he'd have like escape routes and like ways to get this over to here and bring this over to here because we're taking it or whatever, right? Whether it was stealing something or something, right? Something always. So when we go in there, he's on his way to wherever, and he's like, you see him just planning his deals, and it was always something, man, always something. And if I was gone for like an hour or two, he would or the night or something, I'd come back and he'd come here. I'd get down into his ear and be like, listen, I need you to go grab this thing over here. And there's a door over there to the left. Bring it over there. So we're going to be over there in about an hour, and I'm going to have you loaded up in the van. Oh, it was always something, always. He put the hoe in backhoe. Made it his bitch. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always be scheming. Always something. He always had something up his sleeve. I'm sure. And that's something, that's why, like talking about him, I know a lot of people relate with whether it's an uncle, a grandfather, or a dad, or a brother, or something. Everybody can relate with that person in their family that's off the chains. Always an adventure, for sure. Always an adventure. Never not. Uncle Harold used to steal silverware and salt pepper shakers from restaurants. He took my brother and I to do it. Yeah, that's definitely something he would do too. He'd definitely get whatever, Didn't matter what it was. On my 4-day vacation, well, good for you, seems logical. Sometimes it's good to have a lazy day. Not always, though. So get your ass back to work. You don't get too many of those lazy days, especially not in a row. But yeah, and then like I was saying, him and his wheelchair were so heavy. So there'd be so many times, or there was so many times where he'd be doing something and get stuck. And getting them out was always crazy. We'd have to chain them up to a truck and pull them out. I remember doing that a couple times because he'd be off in the weeds somewhere. Next thing you know, screaming and yelling, right? So we come up and his wheelchair sunk. Sunk all the way in the ground. He's damn near in the mud. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sure he I'm sure he has. I don't think anybody ever avoided getting ran over by him one way or another. He'd get you for sure. Sometimes you wouldn't even notice it because it's not like you don't really hear an electric wheelchair too much, And there were so many times I told people like coming in, especially if they didn't know my dad, I'd tell them like, listen, watch out for that fucking wheelchair. Like, cause he's not watching out for you. You think he's going to move out of the way. He's not going to move for you. So I'm warning you right now, he'll fuck you up. So stay out of the way. And you'd see people like literally, like he'd go to turn because his wheelchair turns literally on a dime like this, like literally on a dime. So like somebody would be standing right here and he'd go over there. And when he turns his wheelchair, the back of it right here could be leaned back. So when he turned, he could literally clothesline you with his chair. So somebody be standing there and he'd just spin like this and nothing's going to stop it. It's very powerful. And he would just wham, slam him against the wall. And I just look at him. I told you he wasn't going to watch out for you. So you were always on your toes. You were always like, watching out for him. That thing was so fast. If he took the joystick and went like this, he could spin so fast his legs would go up in the air like this and spin in circles. I wish this thing would work on the buttons. I'm on call all tonight, but I have a big 4-day weekend. I put in for random vacation days a couple months back. Awesome. Vacation days are nice. I call them my PTO days. I get PTO days all the time. Kara gets pissed because when I get days off, I get paid for them no matter what. And Kara, she actually has to work to get PTO hours, PTO days. I don't do that, I just automatically get it. And it's just because I'm lucky. Like, it has nothing. It's just I have a good, my job, my boss were really cool, and it works out for the channel. So I always tell her, like I'll always be like, yeah, tomorrow I got a PTO day. She gets so mad because it's not legit. I'm not like I'm not gaining hours for PTO hours or anything. I'm just not working tomorrow. Even if I take off, he'll still pay me for it. So so it winds up working out. Right, but I mean, yeah. I mean, if you gain PTO hours, like that's the way it works. I just automatically get it if I'm off. Like tomorrow. Like or I work today. But yeah. What do you think, Jared, about what? What do I think about what? Ask a question. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Ask it. Oh wait. It would be great to have a knife meet at Neeves house once a year. It would be great, but I don't. Well, because everybody's so far apart, it wouldn't make sense. That's why I think it'd be better for us to just all meet up somewhere like Blade Show or something, because that way we already know there's so many people planning on going there, and we could all just hang out that way. Because I do want to do something like that. I really do. I just having it already a planned date would be smart, like Blade Show or something. Niche Designs is in here. What's up, bud? Just got a Malinois Foster. Tips. You got a Belgian Malinois? That's awesome. How old is it? He's talking about those dogs. They look like German Shepherds, the canine dogs. Awesome breed, by the way. Like one of the smartest dogs. Like those dogs are so driven. They are great work dogs. That's awesome. You got one. 3-year-old male. Ooh, he's already 3 years old. How is he? Being a foster, I mean, I don't know what his background is. The one problem with very intelligent breeds like that is that if they weren't raised good, they can be very problematic. Now, the good thing is that they're very intelligent, so they can learn extremely fast. I've trained a bunch of them that were from bad homes, and had bad conditions and did bad things because that's all they knew. They only knew how to do bad. But so they learn very fast. So if you ever have issues, let me know. I'll help you out. Just hit me up on Instagram. I get 9 days a year, and then days built into my contract around holidays. Also, the Christmas time, I'll probably be up north again. Yeah, we need to hang out again. So let me know when you do come up. And that's awesome. So like that's a good way to go. Kara's gets something like that too. Like so she, for holidays, she can get paid like double or triple time if she does work the holidays. If she doesn't, she at least gets paid for the holiday, just not the double or triple time or whatever it is. But yeah, that's awesome. I don't get the holiday pays or anything like that, but I get paid for not going to work all the time. So it's not a big deal to me. Second time here. Well, this isn't a normal live, just so you know. Eat the big salad. Normally, I have stuff written down, subjects I'm going to talk about. Normally, we have a story right about now, but I didn't have time today. I was supposed to have a guest on, and they bailed on me. So I've had to improvise. Shane, I'm going to try that next story time. Let's try what? I didn't see the comment. Now I'm curious. Um, Jared worked real hard on Care 2 to make this such a fun spot to hang out. Thank you, Logical. I appreciate that. Um, I get paid straight salary and then usually a Christmas bonus. Nice. That's kind. I mean, I don't want to. I'm definitely not on salary. Definitely not on salary. But if I don't work the whole week, I'm still gonna get paid. So that's kind of like salary, but it's not though. It's not. So, which I usually work every day, but there are weeks where I'll only work 1 or 2 days, and then there are weeks where I might have the whole week off, and that's why the channel and my job wind up working out really good. Because if I needed to leave early or needed to show up late, it's okay, and if I needed a day off, it's okay. But I usually don't do that. I don't ever do that, but if I did, it's okay. So it winds up working out really good. Like if I have a lot of stuff to do here for filming, I can leave at a time that'll be good for me, to work on the channel and my job. So it winds up working out really good. Downside, no overtime. Upside, slow days and short weeks are the same pay. Right. And that's kind of where I'm at, where, same exact thing. When you tell stories, I picture y'all as cartoon characters like Fat Albert. That's a good way to do it. I think that's smart. That is definitely smart. Jared is definitely a fidgeter. What knife that was? Ooh, I bet you're wondering what knife that was, ain't you? You might have to rewind to the beginning. It's a new Civivi knife. I haven't done my first impressions yet. The fuck is it called? The Civivi Hadros. Smooth micarta. I told everybody earlier that I got a baby banter in, but it was missing from the pouch. So that sucks. Got the box, got the pouch, got the baggie, got the stickers, no knife. I have the same thing. I am not salary beings. I still can bank out. But whether I'm there or not, I'm guaranteed 40 hours. I acquire PTO for hours worked, currently sitting on 200 hours of PTO. That's awesome. That's really good. Yeah, it's nice when you can build up a large amount of PTO. See, I can kind of just do that when I'm ready, when I want. Like if I needed to take a week off of work and I wanted to get paid for it, I still could. And there's weeks where I do already have off and I get paid for it. There are some weeks where I won't get paid as good or something, but I'll still get paid. It's not a lot of money or anything, but it winds up working out for the channel and that, so that I can grow this and grow the sharpening business and do all that at the same time. So both of them together wind up being a decent income, and the channel and everything just keeps growing. So over a long period of time, it should be really good. Like I've already got plans for next year if everything works out really good of what the income could be. But the job is definitely a savior right now, having that, and the channel too. The channel, it does pretty decent with sharpening and stuff, because I've been taking on a lot of sharpening jobs. Like even like right now, I've probably got 7 sharpening jobs here right now. So and it's been going like that. Like I haven't ran out of sharpening jobs probably in 3 weeks. And I'm not saying 3 weeks is a long time. I'm just saying that's been like the last time I didn't have one in, and it's even before that I had them in. I'm just saying, like, it's been very consistent. Is the Knox a good knife or the $50 range? Haven't tried Civivi yet. The Knox is really good. For your first Civivi, I would recommend a different Civivi, but if you like the way it looks, yeah, it's fantastic. It's small though, so it just depends on the kind of knife you like. I got one right over here if you want me to grab it. It's a great knife. Every Civivi is a great knife, though. Civivi just makes killer knives. So it doesn't really matter what Civivi you get. As long as you like the way it looks, you're guaranteed it's a good knife. But like if you want like a full-size knife, they make amazing full-size knives. Like amazing. Ian says, I'm salary, but commonly work 50 hours a week. Kind of sucks, but can't complain too much. Just glad to have a job. Yeah, that's what's up. So me, man, I never stop working. I never stop. Between the channel, sharpening, and then my job, like I've said before, I work like 16 hours a day for sure, like every day. And I also exercise, I work out, I that's basically it though. I work on the channel, sharpen, and then I exercise. But I hang out with Kara, obviously. I do have a wife, but I'm always busy. I'm always doing something, and 90% of it's focused on the channel. And, some sort of way, whether it's through sharpening, social media, or filming, or editing, or lives. If I'm not doing that, I'm at work or I'm exercising. That's it. The Civivi Elementum button lock. That's a good knife. I got one right here. People are upset that it doesn't have another deployment. It only has the button. They do have button locks coming that have multiple deployments. So just FYI. So just so you know, there's 2 or 3 knives coming with a flipper and thumb studs, and it's a button lock. The Elementum only has the button, which I don't mind it. Yes, I wish it did have some sort of deployment. I push the button and I flick it with my finger like that, and then I just let go of the button and I can deploy it. So, but you can also just swing it. I might send my beloved PM2 to Jared for sharpening. Passion for sharpening is real, Jay. Yeah, I'd love to do it. Send it in for sure. Jared, I scrolled all the way to the end of your Instagram. It was like a knife time capsule. Yeah, I bet. There's a lot of knives that haven't went on Instagram. I should definitely be better on Instagram. I'll be honest. I've looked at it so much as a avenue to YouTube, where it benefits me. Like I even use it for sharpening. I get a lot of sharpening business off of Instagram. But I send a lot of people from Instagram to YouTube, but our following is nowhere near. I don't even know where we're at. We're like 4,000 or something on Instagram, and we're like at 10,340 right now on YouTube. You'd think the Instagram would be bigger, but it's because I don't put as much work into it. I should, though, because it would be very beneficial to grow that as well. Now, I'm not saying it's not very beneficial for the channel, because it is, but I could do better on there. Just like I could also open up another thing where I'm uploading on 2 different platforms. I need to get better with that, because I do want to just keep on keeping on, I guess opening up the horizons, I guess you could say, trying to get on as many platforms as possible. The only platform I don't give a shit about getting on is Facebook. Who are the 6 douchebags? I don't know. Who's the 6 douchebags? Jared, check out the 316. Oh my. Sounds like I need to. A lot of training. There are no pets. Just curious, while I'm doing maintenance on my CBB Odium, thoughts on cage bearings open to the blade versus open to the liner. I always just go open to the liner. That's the way I do it. 5,440 followers for these knives on Instagram. Here's the link to the gram. Awesome. Yeah. So I guess we have half on there, which is still really good, because almost nobody has more. But man, sometimes I see people on there and I'm like, how do they have this many followers? because there are just some people, which I know why. I know how they got the followers. Don't get me wrong. But, sometimes it's like, damn, I need to get, work on it harder. But some people, and you can always tell, but some people buy followers on there. It's not good. Don't do it. It literally hurts you. It hurts your channel so bad. The algorithm actually picks up on it and will actually hurt you for doing that. You never want to buy subs. Subs or followers you never want to buy. I like when you look at my knives, Todd. I'm in the same boat on Instagram. It's weird, right? I always felt like that would grow faster almost, because it's easier. It's easier to upload, easier to do anything. I could post 5 videos a day on there before I could post 1 on YouTube, but I don't. I usually post 1 to 2 a day on Instagram. Yes, there's days I miss, but I try to get at least 1 a day on there. 2 if I'm lucky. And I know the videos that would get the most views and the most likes and this and that, but I just like to post what I like on there and what I want to do. Same thing with YouTube, but with YouTube, I play the algorithm a little bit because I play to what people like, right? Like, say if I want to do a video on this little Olight, and I'm just naming shit. Like, I can do anything. Say if I want to do a review on this bell, and I know it'll only get 50 views, right? But that's what I want to do. Versus if I do best budget knife of the year, right? Even though I don't give a shit about that, but that gets 5,000 views. Of course, I'm going to do the best budget knife of the year. You know what I mean? And I'll do the other one. But it's just, I'm not going to just do what I want to do because you have to go where the views are. Anybody who fucking pretends like you have a YouTube channel and don't care about views, they're lying. Liars. What the fuck do you have a YouTube channel for? It doesn't make sense. It's like, so you can show people your stuff. Of course you want to do that, but you do it because you like the community, because you want the attention, because you want to grow a channel. I think it's because YouTube takes up so much of my time. Yeah. And that's what I mean. I could do that much on there, but then I would take it away from here. And yeah, it definitely takes up so much more time. And you almost feel like dragged out. Like, it's like, man, I don't even feel like posting over there now. I do though, because I like to do like pocket dumps and stuff over there, and I like to ask questions for the channel. I love doing that because I get a lot of feedback over there, which is great. I can get like 50 comments sometimes on a video, on a question, which only benefits. Like, I remember I did that question. And you might want to check this out, Stassi, because I did it for everybody. I didn't do it just for me. But I did the question, name the 3 things that you want to see in a knife review or from a knife channel, and 3 things you don't care about seeing. And I got a lot of comments on that. Not everybody answered the thing they didn't want to see, but almost everybody answered what they wanted to see. That's awesome, Stasa. That's awesome. Mike's doing a lot better too, which is really good. I'm happy for him. I'm so happy for him and his channel. I know I've been trying to help as much as possible, and he's been putting in work. And like I said to him, I said this, a couple months ago, and I've said this to a couple people, and not everybody can do it. And I understand that. And that's why, like, with certain people that say, like, my channel's not growing, it is what you put into it, right? If you treat it like a side piece, or if you treat it like, say, a part-time job, then you're going to get part-time results. If you treat it like a full-time job, you'll get results. It's going to take some work. And you can't say, oh, I've been working on it like a full-time job for 3 weeks. Well, guess what? Keep working. Like, you get that's the way it goes. Like, it'll never stop. So if you think there's going to be a point where you're just going to be like, I get a break. That's not the way it goes. You got to keep doing it, and keep grinding and keep grinding and keep grinding and keep grinding. And the more time you put in, the more you get back. If you treat it like, like it's a hobby, then guess what? It's going to give you hobby results. If you treat it like a business and treat it like a job, you're going to get business and job results. Got to take some notes, Jared. Yeah, I mean, it's just the truth. And any channel will say that to you. Like, if you look at some of the most professional or the most successful channels, they are their channel 24 hours a day. That's what they do. Yes, there's going to be those outliers, right? That don't have to do a lot because they're already very successful and they can put $200,000 into their studio. But the ones that did start from the ground up and started their channel and business, they put an insane amount of hours, time, and effort into their channel. They wake up and think about their channel. The first thing they do when they open their eyes, bink, channel. When they're going to sleep, they're answering the emails. When they're waking up, they're answering comments. They're talking to companies. They're doing this. They're doing that. It never stops. It never stops. Like this morning today, I couldn't tell you how many people I've talked to. I couldn't tell you how many sharpening jobs I've talked to. I couldn't tell you how many companies I messaged just to talk shit to and say, hey, motherfucker, I want to check your products out. Yeah. It does take work, man. It takes a lot of work. And that's why, like, sometimes when I tell people, like, man, I put a lot of work into this. I'm not joking. Like like I said, 16 hours a day, I put in. And a few of those hours do wind up at my job, but not 8 of them. Probably 4 to 6. The rest goes into the channel. And sometimes, man, it's longer than that. Sometimes I'll be up till 1 a.m, waking up at 5:30 to work out, just on the channel. But I'm trying to hit a mile marker by next year, right? Does that mean next year if I hit, let's say I blow past that mile marker next year. I blow past it. I far exceed it. Does that mean I get to stop? Fuck no. That means I got to work twice as hard now. So that mile marker is literally like the beginning. And that's the way I'm looking at it. Like this time next year, I'm hoping to hit a certain mile marker. And I'm talking about with income, with followers, with everything, right? With certain things. And if I hit that marker, then that means that's the very beginning. That's like the start of the channel. And that's what I'm working hard for. And I'll be working twice as hard when that happens. There is no give. Should do a behind the scenes of what it takes to run a YouTube channel. I thought about that, but then I thought about how many people would take my shit. I'm just joking. No, I thought about that for like the Patreons or, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I haven't filled it out. I was filling it out last night and I did not have time. But it's one of the things, right? You got to fucking keep going. Well, I got the join button, so I can fill out for the join button. Thanks to Mike Emler. He helped me out, actually. Kiefer! Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hey, you knife freak. What's up, knife brother? I can get the join button. So I'm filling out for that so that I can offer that to you guys. I'm thinking about doing 2 or 3 tiers. So like a $3 tier or $10 tier. And I don't know yet. I haven't set it up yet. Each one will get different things. The highest paid one will get everything everybody else gets plus something else. Maybe, I don't know yet. But I got to make sure whatever I offer, I can do. That's the thing. Because I'm pushing it to the limits right now. So I have to figure out something that I can offer that's even worth it. So that's one reason. That's why I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it because I didn't want to fill it out and submit it and then not be able to fulfill my end of the bargain. So I'm going to go through it this weekend and figure it out. Nub hitting finger when trying to close all the way. Cue ball. Jared, since OnlyFans is, they took that back, just so you guys know. I'll tell you guys in a second. Since OnlyFans is banning nudity, we're getting some knife content on OnlyFans, some dirty. Well, guess what? They took it back. So right when they said that on OnlyFans, that they were banning sexual content, a lot. Put it this way, so many people left their platform that at a rate of 5,000 girls per hour were fucking joining these other platforms that do allow, explicit content. 5,000 an hour. Think about how many people that is. So they wound up realizing that we're going to go bankrupt if we do this. So now they've taken it back, and I guess they're going right back. They literally said, no more nudity on this date. We were just joking. Come on back here, ladies. Come on. Dog. We were kidding. Come on back. Get your ass back over here. It was a stupid move, though. It was a stupid move because you got to admit, that's the only thing they're there for. You cannot expect something that's been known to be a sexual adult platform to turn around and say, guess what? We want to be family friendly now. We want grandma's knitting and kitten videos. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You don't go from porn to kittens like that. You're not going to do it, period. Nobody's going to wake up in the next 6 months and think of OnlyFans as a kitten channel or as a knitting channel or whatever. So fuck OnlyFans and their bean counters with cactus dildo. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with it or whatever, but I always joke around and say I have an OnlyFans and, go check me out on OnlyFans. I always say shit like that. What I say on Grateful Panic's channel last night, because he was on a live and I seen him looking over like this, and somebody was like, what's he looking at? And I said, he's trying to find my OnlyFans. That's what I chatted. And then I said, it's Neeves' thighs. But I think I was actually, I'm not gonna say I was happy when I heard that was happening. I was like, so be it, fucking our waitresses will be back to work. I mean, I'm not going to complain that our waitresses are back. Fuck, man. All these places are looking for workers and can't fucking find them. They'll have their workers back, at least some of them. But nope. They got an extension on their OnlyFans. Neeves' thighs. Yeah, there you go. Now we're going to have nude knitters back on the OnlyFans. Yeah, exactly. Porn is good. They will go the way of Tumblr if they ban porn. These knives OnlyFans. So I'm gonna but yeah, I'm gonna have the join button. Not for OnlyFans, you fucks. I'm talking about for YouTube. And so you guys will have stickers for the lives if you guys choose to be in the join. I'll come up with some little thing or something. Yeah, it'll be cool because the one good thing, let me just say this, the benefit of having the join is that YouTube doesn't take much. So it's a way for you guys to support without it taking much. To be honest, Patreon takes a killing. They do. They just do. Donations, YouTube takes a killing. With the join button, if you're joined, and you like pay once a month to have a sticker and to have whatever I offer, they take a very small percentage compared to other platforms. So it does help, right? Or massively. And any channel, people can say whatever they want. I don't give a shit what people say. Like, people can talk shit about me having a Patreon. People can talk shit about me having a join button. People can talk shit about companies sending me knives. I don't give two fucks. I've been very honest with everything. I'm trying to run and set up a business here, and I'm asking for support. If you guys want to support, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. but it does help massively because it is a lot of work and it is a lot of shit, and it has not, like, you know what I've been doing to Lefty. So Lefty got some knives from some companies, so I left him a comment on his thing and I called him a shill because in the live when we were talking, he said he's like, how many companies send you knives? And then he said something like, I just feel like people think you're shilling out or whatever. I said, why would you think that? Just because a company sends me a knife, I can't tell the truth about it? It's like, do you really think, like, it's not that low, but people do that. Of course, people do that, right? But if you've ever watched my videos, you should know I'm not doing that, right? It's like, how many companies' knives have I fucking just destroyed? Like, and it's not that I want to, I'm just being honest. There's companies that'll never send me another knife, which is fine, whatever. But then when he got it though, he realized it because he got it. And he got that cheap ass knife some company sent him. But it's like now that he got it, it's like, are you shilling? Are you going to lie for that company now just because they sent you that knife? No. It's like, that's not what it's about. You know? So it's about finding the best product. Put it this way. If this company sends this, whatever it is, and I say it's great and it really sucks, and you guys all buy it, who's going to look like the piece of shit? All right? Me, because I didn't call that shit out. Now, obviously, there could be anomalies, right? Like, I could get one that's really good because they sent one that's good to me and everybody else gets shit. And under them conditions, then I bash the company afterwards, right? Join Neeves thighs last Join Neeves thighs last night. Now I'm paying $10 a month for kittens sitting on a guy with some crazy ass cowlick. That's hilarious. He does got some crazy cowlick, doesn't he? I need to cut my hair. That's hilarious. What time is it? Fuck, it's almost 10 o'clock. Jared is based, I'm guessing biased, would watch a current event or politics video. Jared is, I'm guessing that's biased, but Jared is biased, would watch a current event or politics video. I don't know what you're trying to say, brother. You're saying I'm biased? Or based? Like, I'm very based. I don't know. Friction folders. I've got a couple friction folders. Not many, though. Based means like agree. Oh, I guess I'm not up to date with the lingo. Slip joints. Got a couple. I'm not a big non-locking knife guy. I'm just not. I like a knife that locks. I never really carried too many knives that didn't lock. I've always carried a locking knife. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate that, E. Thank you. The Big Salad. I like the name too. Sometimes the reason why I was reading it like that is because sometimes people say something and autocorrect fixes it. So I tried to think ahead for the autocorrect. I want to try one of the Varga knives, but I haven't. At one point I was able to get, well, not able, like I, had the opportunity, but they were available and I could have gotten like the pre-order or whatever. Then I had the opportunity to buy one and I didn't have the money. And I kept going back and forth, like, because I really want to try one. I really want to try the micarta one, the brown micarta one, or the burlap micarta one. They're not cheap. They're not cheap. It is an expense. And I think at the time I had money sewed up at other places, and I got to pinch pennies, guys. I really do. Like, I have to constantly think ahead. Always got to think ahead. Like, say buying this knife was already paid for because of 2 months ago's money that got fucked over by that Spyderco. So I already had it. Then, like, the money into, like, say, this knife, right? This knife, I did, take money out for that. So it's like I'm constantly, I use specific money for certain things because, like, I always gotta be prepared for buying stuff, right? I always got to keep buying knives, right? But I always got to keep up with the channel too. Like right now, I need a fucking light bulb for this light. So it's just like little things. My tripod is great, by the way. My tripod is great, but the phone holder broke on it, which happens because you're using it every single day. When you're using something every single day, there's a good chance it could break. My tripod is great, thanks to someone in one of the moderators. But the phone holder that attaches to it, that holds my phone, that broke. So I'm using a bunk ass one. That's another fucking price, right? It's never ending. So I always gotta be prepared for those, those costs. Can you get a VBR for 300? I think that's what they are. I thought they were a little bit more. I thought they were like 320. They're right around $300. So $300 ain't cheap though. That's fucking money. Shit. Because think about this. I mean, and really think about this, guys. Say a VBR, right? Say if you want the VBR and you have $300. And I really want you guys to actually think about this, because this is where a YouTuber's mind's got to go. I hate calling myself a YouTuber. A knife channel. You got the $300, right? You can get one VBR. But that VBR video isn't going to get half the views as another knife that you could get. Now, let's say you could get that other knife, but by buying that other knife, you could also get 2 other knives. So you get 3 knives or 1 knife that in the video, yes, you could sell that knife and you could get your money back on it, possibly, or a little bit of a loss. But I'm not saying that's what I did. I'm just saying that's what your mind does. Your mind constantly plays games like that. Like, should I invest in this or should I invest in this? Should I buy this for this reason or should I invest in these for the views? And you always got to think like that. And just because you're buying a knife knowing that it gets a lot of views doesn't mean you're shilling out for views. That just means you know your audience. So people like to talk like that, like as if you make a purchase to get good views on your channel, as if that's a bad thing. The fuck do you have a channel for if you don't know your fucking audience? Know your audience. So that's all I gotta say. Definitely 3 $100 knives. Definitely. Fuck that bargain knife, man. 3 $100 knives. Steel, forged, and fire out of context. But what program do you use to host your live with YouTube? StreamYard. StreamYard. I have a standard with mocha tie, spacer, and pocket clip options. 325 plus 200. Damn. I didn't know they were that much for the tie, for the mocha tie parts. Depends. I spent 400 on one because I felt it was worth it. But then I spent 400 on 8 $50 knives that I also wanted and probably also felt like it was worth it. That's my point. Is that both work. Both are good. But your mind is constantly playing that game. You're constantly trying to figure out what's going to be the best purchase or the best. Shut up back there. The best purchase or the best thing for the channel. Because I'll tell you what, I've messed up a lot. Meaning like I've thought something was going to be great for the channel and it didn't do great. Like, put it this way, I thought that cut test was going to do great. I really did. It didn't. I put a lot of work into that cut test. Think about how many hours I put into that cut test. I did a live sharpening video that was like 3 hours long or something, 3 or 4 hours long. And I did the cut test recording and I edited it. And I had to pre-record the beginning and the end. And then I had to upload it. So it's like, how many hours? What did I have? Like 6 hours into that one video. And it didn't, like, I have my analytics. and my analytics tell me if something's better than what I've been doing, or at least at par. So like with each video, it'll tell me like, okay, this video is doing better than usually. Or this video is doing normal, or this video's underperforming, right? That video underperformed. It is what it is. Man, I don't know how you could hate it as long as you got the one with well, let me take that back. Even the one on washers is amazing. I'm sure. I haven't tried the one on washers, but everybody said so. I tried the Marauder, or sorry, oh, man, what is it? There's a Slim MIDI, there's the MIDI Marauder, and then the Marauder. Is that how it goes? Anyways, I tried one with washers, but hey, EDC's nuts. Thank you. Bang, 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 bang. Thank you, man. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 on that EDC's bang, 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 bang. But yeah, if you got the one with bearings, though, I don't see how you could not like it. It's fucking awesome. I love that knife. Love that knife. That knife is such a great knife. It's a sweet knife, man. And it's USA made. It's just a good knife, man. All around. The Benchmade Adamas is $280, I think, depending on what you want. New Deal T blue anno with tumbled Tonto. I always mess around with Lefty EDC because he orders Tontos, and I always tell him that statistics show that oh shit. Is Canada in here, guys? Because it is on my end. I'm sorry. Maybe we should end this. What is that video you said they compared bearings versus washers? That is Nero Knives. So go to Nero Knives, and Vinny's his name. He hasn't done a video in like 8 months or longer, but he used to do videos every day or every week. He had a good channel going for a long time, and then I don't know, he gets into different things. But Nero Knives, he's got the video. If you just look it up, bearings versus washers versus Teflon or something, it'll probably pop up. It'll be his video probably. Nero Knives. Well, if they're here, that's probably why they're not there. Don't end it. Life is boring down in Washington. No sight of Canada. Awesome. All right, cool. It is on my end. I can see them all up in this bitch, but I concur, Mr. 38. Anyway, so what I was saying about the Lefty, though, is that I always tell him that because he likes to get Tontos, and I tell him that statistics show the people that buy Tonto knives tend to have small penises. And then like he'll talk about how, oh man, I wish this was a Tonto, or I had to get the Tonto one, or they only had a Tonto one left, and I'll just be like, don't lie to these people, Lefty. You know why you got a Tonto. And I show him a graph. I put up a little emoji of a graph. I like the Hawk, though, from QSP better. But yes, the Thai version is a good value. I almost got that Thai Penguin, but I already got a Penguin, and I knew so many other channels were going to do it that I didn't feel that it was going to be good for the channel. Even though I wanted it, I did want it, and I almost got it. I really did, but a lot of times with knives to say that only get an upgrade, depending on the upgrade. Like, say if you go from micarta to titanium, a lot of times, yes, it does do better. So I don't want to say that it doesn't. But like, say if you go from G10 to micarta, that usually won't do that good. So you gotta, know, I guess. It's kind of like this. It's like you have a Spyderco PM2, right? And then say a channel, and then say this was S30V, and then another channel has an S35VN1 or a Maximet one. Do you really care? It's the exact same knife, same action, same everything. The only thing different is the steel. Unless is that person's testing the steel, right? Like I see channels do that. It don't make sense to me. I don't give a shit because you didn't test the knife. Like if I knew they tested it, then yes, I would care. But do I care about seeing them flip another PM2? Like it'd be like the exact same video they already did 2 weeks ago with the other PM2. But that's me though. I don't know. Maybe other people's different. I got a K390 stretch on the way. Pretty excited for it. K390 is really good. If you've never tried K390, you're gonna love it. K3 just keep it oiled, keep it dry. If you cut any food with it, clean it up. But if you take care of it, it's fine. Mine doesn't have any patina at all. Mine's good to go. But I take care of it. But man, does it take a sharp edge. The carbides are so large in this steel. Like there's steels that just take an insanely sharp edge, and K390 is one of them. K390 just takes so much bite. Even if it's a polished edge, a toothy edge, it's aggressive. Like it's almost like a serrated blade. It's so aggressive. It's well, maybe you don't watch any at all, but a lot of times people don't because they've seen all of them 100 times. Yep, K390, these nuts. I only have the Para 3 Maximet and the black. Maximet's the same way. See, K390 and Maximet are going to be very similar in that way with the way they take their edge. Now, I do think that a very polished Maximet takes on an amazing polished edge. Stupid sharp, dangerously sharp, but it can microchip because the steel, the way the carbides are in the steel or something. Not saying it will for you. I'm just saying it's possible. K390 will do the same thing, but not as bad. So, I think K390 will take a better polished edge. They both take amazing polished edges, but a user polished edge, meaning like you're going to polish the edge and you're going to use it. So Maximet will be just fine too, but if you bump something, it will microchip. That's the thing. K390, you'll get away with it a little bit better. So you just got to pick your battles, Sometimes you're like, man, I don't never bump anything with my edge, and you'll probably be just fine. But if you are the type of person that's a little tough on your edges, you might want to go with a medium grit, maybe. Careful how thin you take Maximet. And that's kind of why it does that too, Todd, because when you polish an edge, right? Especially if you lay the edge back, like the angle is going to be a big deal too, right? Depending on the angle you do. The higher the angle, yeah, the least likely. If you do a laid back, very nice edge that's polished, when you're polishing it, you're making the teeth on the front very, very fine, like going like from this to like this. So it does make it fine enough to chip, and that's why, so. It happens. And the shipping is always going to be an extra cost, because when you get up to hundreds, that's when shipping or taxes does matter. Sometimes the shipping won't, but the taxes will. But it depends. Yeah, Stasa's the guest tonight on Mike Emler's channel. We're going to get out of here because his channel's he's going to be going up in 15 minutes, and I don't want to interfere with his live. So if you guys don't mind, let's go hang out over at Mike Emler, Crazy Sharp's channel. We'll meet over there in 15 minutes. They'll be going live in 15 minutes. So no matter what time it is where you're at right now, in 15 minutes, Mike Emler's channel going live with Stasa 23. I think that's going to be an awesome interview. Love Stasa to death. I like Mike to death. I think that'll be a great live to see. I'm paying 9.5% here in California for taxes. Chicago ain't much better. So Chicago's taxes suck. Fiend, can you throw up a link really quick for Stasa? Or sorry, for Mike Emler and Stasa live tonight on Mike Emler's channel? Could somebody please throw up Mike Emler's link? Please, pretty please. I'm so happy you could join tonight too, Cue Ball. I love having as many people in here as possible. It sucks I didn't have nothing written down. I think the live went okay, but you know what? I always feel, thank you. I always feel like I underperformed when I don't have a list of things. When I watch the live, if I rewatch it and I see dead space, I feel like I failed you guys. I literally critique everything I do. That's one thing. That's the one part you guys don't see. A lot of people don't critique their work. They don't care. They never watch their own videos. I do. I really critique my work. And if I do a live, like there's been plenty of lives where I feel like I ruined it. Like I literally feel like I got to do better next time, man. I can't talk about that type of stuff. Like you need to behave yourself. Like I think about that shit. Like, man, why are you talking about that stuff? Do not do that, which I know that's what the entertaining thing is. So I do know that. And I realize that now, but there are times like where I can wing it. I'm good at winging it. I have no problem winging it. But when I have subjects and topics written down and I have it all planned out, I'm getting better at that. And I know I'm not perfect at it yet, but I know after a while I'll get really good at organizing a live, at organizing it, talking to you guys, reading comments, and having subject matters. And I'm getting better at it, but I feel when I don't have that there, then I'm failing the live, and this will not be entertaining for anybody watching it later. So I just want people to enjoy it. Critiquing yourself is how you get better. Yes, absolutely, Jim Q. And I try to like heavily. I'm my how does that go? There's a way it's said. Not worst enemy, but I don't know. I'm that guy to myself though. What's up, G-Ball? Just coming in today. What's up? We're going over to Mike Emler's in 13 minutes to watch him and Stasa 23 live. I think you should trust the chat a bit more. There's anywhere from 50 to 110 people in a live on a regular night. Just saying, what do you guys want to talk about as a viable option? I agree. No, I 1,000,000% agree. I do. What I try to think about, to be honest, is I try to think about the other people listening later, which I agree. The people that show up are the people I need to entertain. But I think about the people that are watching it tomorrow morning at work or that are listening to it in their ear. And is it going to be entertaining or are they just going to turn it off? I want it to be entertaining for both. I want the people that show up to get information and fun, entertaining value out of it, and the people that watch it later to be able to listen to it and also find it entertaining and enjoyable. What's your thoughts on Nitro V compared to some other steel? Now, I like Nitro V. I compare it usually to 14C28M. I think it's a well-rounded steel. I think it's a good steel. Yeah, I like it. Good stain resistance, decent toughness, good edge retention, easy to sharpen, good steel. I like it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Great steel. I always a great time here. Lots of people talking about a hobby we all love and sometimes hate, especially on our walls. Let me ask you guys this really quick. While I have 70 people in here, and I know some people are just listening, do you guys think I should show knives more? I thought about that the other day, and let me just say where my head was going was that I was trying to compare myself to, like, say, Metal Complex, right, or any other channel that does a lot more, views and a lot more live followers. They have the knives there, not their face, right? So I kind of thought about, like, maybe it's my face, right? Maybe it's my face. But I thought about, well, I could always just pull up knives and talk about knives, right? I could do that. But is that what people want? Because the people that listen to it tomorrow that are listening to it can't see that. Maybe they'll watch it though. I don't know. But I know some of the other channels that get more views, not more views, sorry, more live viewers during a live usually are showing and talking about knives. So you do the best edge retention test yet. Oh, thanks, Gabriel. Thank you. I love my marble carbon ferrum forged stinger. I like the stinger. I don't have one, but I have tried it. It's very good. It's more personal this way. I think so too, but I just wonder if more people would join in if if it wasn't my dumb face. And even if it was my dumb face, if it was my dumb face with an entertaining knife. You could split screen. Wait, you could split screen with the sharpening and have a fidget cam. Man, I tried that the other day with that live. It didn't work out too good. I gotta set something up better. But yeah, you're right. I do. I should do that because I could have a fidget cam right here and you guys can see what I'm fidgeting with. I just need to set up better lighting for that camera. And when you pull in two cameras, the quality goes down because you got to remember it's like if I'm using somebody else, like say if somebody else comes live with me, yeah, the quality stays the same. But when I'm doing it on me, I'm using the internet off the same internet, off of two cameras, two different devices. So the quality usually goes down on the second camera. The first one stays the same, but I think they only get more live viewers because they have more subscribers to begin with. I prefer yourself. Man, thank you. I appreciate that. I agree that's probably the main reason for sure. I'd rather have you do it the way you do. Thank you. I feel unattached just looking at knives. Okay. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for hitting the like button, showing Jared your appreciation. Thank you, Monster. Are you going to join over there at Mike's? Because we're all heading out right now. If you can't, see you later, bud. I don't want to throw shade at MC, but I want to think that he's popular because of his giveaways. On giveaway nights, he gets over 500 people. Once it ends, 300 people dip immediately. See, the reason why I don't do that, and if I do that, I'm not going to announce it anymore. Okay. I'd rather have 100 passionate followers that actually support my channel than 500 that could give a shit less. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit if you come in just because you won or you want to win something. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather the people that actually are going to come just to have fun with me win something. So that's why I don't do stuff like that. I understand, yes, I'll get more subs, right? I'll get more subs, but do they watch? That's the question, right? Because if my content is good, they're going to watch and sub anyways. If they sub only to win something, they're not supporting, because remember, subs doesn't mean anything. Subs means nothing for YouTube. Watch time and views is what means something. You could have 10 subscribers and 1,000 views, and it's going to mean a lot more than if you had 100,000 subs and 100 views. So just saying. The lives are fine without more visual. You probably get 5 times the people listening later. The more knife situations is for the... Yeah, I agree. And that's kind of the way I wanted to put it, was that I wanted this to be like the information, the information was what's important, not the visuals. But Not saying I can't give you visuals. I'm just saying that I want people later to be able to listen to it, and the people that are here now to get some value out of it by talking about the things they want to talk about, the things that they want to talk about, and sharpening stuff, geometry, steels, new companies, knives, prototypes coming out, knife beef, and stories, and just entertaining stuff that entertains a knife nut, and also just people. Um, Show us what you're fidgeting with and switch it out often. I'm fidgeting with this one now, man. This thing's reverse flick is amazing. The Tucson 319, and this is a good lefty flicker too if you are left-handed. It is a titanium scaled with a steel liner lock. Hey, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it, bud. Thank you. Oops. Yeah. It looks like the Fair and Forge Prolic. A little bit, well, quite a bit bigger. It's definitely beefier. Good ergos. This is very comfortable. Hey, Zach Stuff's in here. What's up, bud? We're all going over to Mike Emler's because Stasa 23 is going to be over there. Hopefully, I'm sure Zach's probably been in here for a little bit because he's listening in the background. But go over to Mike Emler's channel. I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for the donations. Thank you to all the patrons. Thank you especially to the moderators who always have my back. Thank you so much. These lives ain't even possible without you guys. I do appreciate you guys. And I appreciate everybody joining in and hanging out with me. Even though I did not have anything written down, we still got through it. Next time it'll be a little bit more planned. And I am trying to get some people, somebody to come on here with me, to hang out with me. I know everybody keeps backing out, but gonna have to start finding some people to take it a little more seriously, I guess, instead of guys like Metal Complex. I love you guys. Peace.